Oh my gosh. Is it okay, first let me test if this is if this sounds good on YouTube. I'm so nervous. Let's see. What is it live? Here, I'm checking. I'm checking. Can anybody hear me? I guess that's what I should say. Sorry, I got an ad. See, I'm checking on okay, it is working, okay. I was checking on YouTube and, to see if it worked. Oh my gosh, hello! Hi, everybody. I am incredibly nervous. I have never done this before. This is very, very scary for me. This is the thing, I've been on, other people's podcasts or not podcasts, live streams, and, I'll come on as, like, a guest, and this is, like, my first time where, like, I'm the host. And right now it's only me, so I'm, like, very nervous, but yeah. Like, I kinda don't know, can who hear what? You're messing with me. You guys are messing with me. Like, so yeah, like, okay, today is the 1-year anniversary of, my Steel Ball Run road trip. How do I let me see if I can share my should I share my screen? Let's see. Share this one of the epic Steel Ball Run road trip. Like there you go. There's a frame here. Um, like on this day last year, I completed the race. Oh God, here, look, this is I get I'm so disorganized. I look, I did the road trip. I crossed America from San Diego to Manhattan, recreating the Steel Ball Run from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and that was today. That was today. And so yeah, like I wanted to do like a little anniversary. Like I feel like I've changed so much. It's like here's the funny thing is so the video posted it was posted like March 13th or something like that. And I had done the race almost like a full year beforehand. Like this is how long it takes me to edit stuff. Like I had finished the race on May 30th, 2025, and I got back and just like was very distracted working on YouTube projects. I was doing an internship in New York and I was like literally living in New York for a time. And so everything just got like delayed. And then I was like looking for a new apartment, like a place to live. So I had that going on where I was thinking about moving to a whole bunch of different cities. And so this is my new apartment. This is like my new apartment right now. I like literally moved in just like a couple days ago. So it's a little hectic. But yeah, I wanted to celebrate and like I don't know, there was a lot of stuff that was cut from the original video that like might be interesting to talk about. Also, if anybody like has questions like about the race or like what planning a road trip is like, what traveling's like, and then like questions about anything you want. So let me check. Let me catch up on some messages here. Well, thank you, thank you. Look at all these literally 3 ads. I'm sorry. I don't know if I have control over that. I guess I do have control. I'm just very new. Guys, could someone buy me DoorDash? I'm so hungry. Let's see. Yellow tones on the thumbnail made me think of AI. It is not AI. That is kind of insulting to Alien Scribe, I think is her name. She does very beautiful art. She does some very beautiful fan art of me. I think I have her in the description somewhere. She's awesome. I love her work. Let's see. Okay, let's get like an actual question. Okay, this hat has like crossed the entire like known like the earth. Like, oh my gosh, my hair's all flat now. This hat is from a Greek gas station, believe it or not. Like when I was doing archaeology in Greece, I had my own hat, and a friend bought a hat from a Greek gas station, but because he shaved his head, it like slid around on his head, and so he gave it to me. He was like my roommate at the dig site. So this is from a Greek gas station. It's like survived like 5 years. You can see it's like kind of falling apart a little bit. But this is from like Greece. I got this from like a Greece gas station near Vagina, which is in northern Greece, and it is like my favorite hat. I love it. And I kind of love that like it's like a cowboy hat that's from like Europe, which is kind of funny. Like I wore it on the plane to Italy, and there was an Australian guy on the plane, and he said, Yankee? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, I knew from that hat. You're the Yankee of bloody Aussie. And I just said that like memory is like a very fond memory to me. Oh yeah, I need to catch up. There's a lot of messages. But yes, I do love this hat. And thank you. The new apartment's very good. There's a little bit of street noise. I hope you don't hear it on the video, but yeah, yeah, it's been very nice. Let's see. Uh Cabinet of Curiosities. See, I don't know. I'll have to check out this creator here. I'm not familiar. Okay. What state will you move now that you're graduating and seen a bunch of them? Okay, that's a good question. Well, like that, I was in that position, like after doing the Steel Bowl, right? Like this time last year, I was really trying to figure out like where I want to live. And I eventually just was like, hey, I'm gonna stay home. I'm gonna stay in my home state for the time being because I was like thinking about moving to like Pittsburgh because I on the road trip I stayed in Pittsburgh for a time and I really really liked it. But it didn't work out. It's really cold. I kind of like heat. I don't know. You can see like I'm wearing like. Hey, by the way, we're in the USA. And so right now I'm staying in my home state. I just have my own apartment now, which is very nice. I'm growing up, which is really cool. Okay, we got a super chat here from Empress Flora. Can you say hi to my friend Sophie? She likes you. Oh, hi Sophie. Hi Sophie. Thank you. Thank you for being a fan. It's awesome to have fans. Like it's awesome to have fans at all. Like I don't know, I'm just some guy, you know. Let's see. Less noisy than the last one. Yeah, the last one. So people talk about like I've been on a guest on other live streams, and the other day I was on one, and there was so much street noise because I just moved into this apartment, and for the past 2 days the window has been open, and I was unaware. Like there was a little sliver of window cracked open, and so I was hearing all the street noise, and I was like, oh, like I just need to close the window, and that'll reduce the street noise. It was kind of stupid, but yes. Let's see. You sound like Cyril from Andor. Do I really? That's funny. I've gotten a whole bunch of voice comparisons. Like I get Mordecai from regular show a whole bunch. That's funny. Cyril. I don't get Cyril. I've never gotten Cyril before. That's funny. Oh my gosh, there's so many chats. I wasn't expecting. Like when I first saw it, I was like 11 people showed up. So I was like, okay, longtime viewer, commenter. I'm planning a near identical road trip, but starting from Portland, Oregon, then going to San Diego, then copying your trip. Do you have advice? Ooh, that's a really good question. Okay. Definitely plan out a level of it, where at a certain point you got to like fill your days. You can't like for me, I can't just like drive the entire day. I can't just drive. Like you need to have like like for me, like when I was on the road trip, like there was like I'd need an attraction along the way. Like there needs to be at least one sort of event that you're doing a day, I think, because you'll go crazy if not. Um, so I'd say that, and then traveling with friends. Like okay, to prep for this, I like pulled out my diary. This is my diary that I took on the road trip. And yeah, like a lot of it, like I was really enjoying it. I look back on the road trip very fondly. But a part of it is I was a bit lonely on the road trip. So filling it with friends, like if you have online friends that are along the way, even if they're like a city like kind of off, like even if you have to take a detour to them, like try to plan like a cool meetup because I met so many cool online friends I never would have met otherwise. Yeah, somebody asked how long did it take to finish. It took about a month, and I could have gone way faster if I wanted to. Like I gave myself like I think 3.5 weeks or 3 weeks or something like that, and you could really gun it if you wanted to. I wanted to like stop and smell the roses kind of situation. Let's see. Okay, all right, we got let's see. Come on. We got a great super chat for $5 from Raphael. Hey Trey, much love. What brand of boots were you wearing while you're in Arizona? I love the look of them so much. Oh my gosh. Okay, they're talking about. Can I find a picture of me in my sexy boots? My sexy. So these, if I think I know the ones you're talking about, the Monument Valley boots. Come on, I could find a picture of me wearing them at least. Let's see. Oh crap. Okay, let me find pictures. Let me just do some pictures because I have a whole file of like pictures. My boots. Let's see, Arizona. Okay, they're talking about these boots. Okay, I know what these boots are. Okay, here, I'm sharing my screen now. This is a bit disorganized. I'm trying my best here. I'm very new to this. So here's the boots. So these are, I think, Ararat riding boots. So okay, the boots are these, and these are called half chaps. This is like the beefcake image. The little still that has like a big peak on YouTube. And so like yeah, these are my actual riding boots. Like I actually ride horses wearing these boots because like you need to use your calves when you're riding a horse. And you got to wear like special pants too, because if you wear like jeans or something like that and you don't have boots like this too, you're gonna like your leg hair is gonna like get a perm and it's gonna be so painful. But yes, these are leather Ararat boots. If you go to like a riding store near you, I don't know. There's probably a riding store at least somewhere near yourself. I don't know where you are, but like you could find riding boots here. Here's another one. I love the look of these riding boots too. They're very I think they're very sexy. But yes, they're for riding horses. They're a little expensive, but I've used these for like years now, and they're like my go-to because you just feel so powerful on them. So so yeah, Ararat, like can I even find the spelling of that? Riding boots. And so like you got to get the boots and the half chaps. And the half chaps are a separate thing that like you zip up around the boot. Um there are some riding boots that are like tall riding boots that are the whole thing, but they're not very comfortable. Like these are flexible too. It's like it's leather that's been like cured. Um Okay, let's see. Why did you stop anthropology profile? Oh my gosh, there's very loud noises outside. I don't know if I stopped anthropology profile necessarily. Like, I think I have so many ideas and I'm slow to work with. Like, stuff takes time, and like I don't know if like I'm talking about paleo profile. Like I don't know, my interests change, and like I kind of realize having like a series is not my style. Like I just float from one idea to the next, and some ideas just never get off the ground. Look at all these nice comments. Thank you so much. Do you think pony or a horse with no name for the Steel Ball Run anime ending? Okay, I've been giving this thought. The what's going to be the ending theme for the Steel Ball Run ending. I am like 90% certain that it's just going to be a pet, not just, but it's going to be like a pet. It's going to be a song that nobody would respect and or nobody would expect. And I think it's going to be like a Pat Metheny song because we know that Iraqi has influence over the song choices, and we know that when he was doing his little segments of the Steel Ball Run, he was listening to Pat Metheny, which is if people are not familiar, Pat Metheny is the band that made last train home like dun, 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 like the sad ending. And he apparently chose that because he was on the Steel Ball Run, and that was the band that he was listening to. So my theory is that he's going to choose a Pat Metheny song. Like a lot of people are like Big Iron or some like Western song, and I don't see that as Iraqi. Like Iraqi really hasn't expressed too much interest in that type of music. So I am like my pick is like the Way Up or there's a couple like Pat Metheny songs that I'm like I could see this being like the tone of Steel Ball Run. Um, yeah, that's my pick. Let's see what else we got. Doing research on the next book. What's your opinion on how many wings Cerberus has? Cerberus is the three-headed dog from Guardian of the Underworld. I have no opinion on that. I don't know. As far as we know, Cerberus is a normal dog from the waist down. I don't know. What what in Greece were you working on? I was in Vergina or Vergina. Like it's kind of pronounced Bur, like with a B, Vergina, which is a town in northern Greece. Here I'm pulling up something on here for you guys to use to know where I'm at. Here we go. Here we go. Here's Vergina. It's in the very northern part of Greece. So like Thessaloniki is like around here, which is where I flew into, and then in the mountains. It's gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous town. Very small town. I don't know how, but the population, a couple hundred maybe. And yeah, and this is famous because it is the royal tombs of the Macedonian royal family. So like Alexander the Great and his family dynasty, the Argead dynasty, was buried here. This used to be the old capital before it was moved to Pella, which is like across the. This used to be a bay. This used to be filled with water, but it's silted up since then. But yes, I was excavating Iron Age tombs. Hey, this is this the no? I stayed in. I'm like looking at the hotel that I stayed in. This is where's the hotel? Ridiki. Where's the Ridiki? Here it is. Here's the hotel I stayed in. Beautiful Ridiki. Very nice old lady working there. Yeah, we were excavating Iron Age tombs because it's just there's tons of little tomb burial mounds here, like thousands of them, because people have been living here for thousands of years, and it was like the seat of royalty for a very long time. We didn't find that much interesting, to be honest. Like that's the thing when you learn in archaeology is that like it's very debatable if you're going to find anything interesting. It's like a gamble. Like you could spend 2 weeks excavating a site and then there's just nothing there. So yeah, it was very fun. I want to go back. I miss this place. I love the locals who were like elderly Greek men who I bonded with a lot. Like I don't know, they my nickname from them was Heracles, like Heracles, like Hercules, because I like work too hard. Apparently, they're like slow down. Like we want to like you don't need to work that hard for this. So yeah. So yeah, that's what I was doing in Greece. I could talk about it at a later date. I've been meaning to talk about it because it was a very it was a very informative time in my life. I love it and I miss that part of the world. Okay, let's catch up here. I'm sorry, I'm really trying to catch up. I haven't even started talking about like the Steel Ball Run race, but this is awesome. I wasn't expecting so many comments and stuff. Thank you. Thank you. I love this hat. This is my favorite hat. This is my favorite hat. I have a bunch of straw hats and stuff because I used to work on a horse farm, and I have a straw hat that it's in my car right now, but it's all beat up and it has like a big bite out of the back of it because a horse bit it. A horse like thought it like I must like horse that I was working with. I was like shoveling something, and a horse took a big bite out of my hat and started chewing on it. And I've kept it. I've kept it because I think it's really cute. Will the stream stay up? If the stream should stay up if it's if it's fun, you know, it's not embarrassing, you know, like what's your favorite road trip snack? Okay, the whole road trip, I was eating these little energy bars, like these little protein bars, like what were they called? Because I eat them at home. I eat them at home. This is not like an advertisement. But like sometimes when you're on the road, you're just like, I don't because it costs money. Oh my gosh, this whole road trip costs a whole bunch of money. I don't want to talk about how much money it cost me. Like I've recouped my investment on the YouTube video. Thank goodness, you know, thank goodness. And even if I didn't, that'd be fine too. But like on a road trip, you're like, especially like a month-long road trip, you're like, I don't want to spend money on food. You know? So you're like, I'm not even gonna spend money on McDonald's. I'm gonna like I'm gonna buy a whole bunch of protein bars in bulk and just munch on them. And that's like my meal for the day. So I did that a lot. I had a lot of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches on the road trip, a lot of Cheez-Its. So yeah, those are some road trip snacks. Okay, here we go. Hi Trey, longtime viewer since the Jurassic Park video. Gosh, you're a real long-time viewer. I wish I'd asked you on behalf of all the old paleo profiles, when will I ever get the fabled Megalonian profile? This is like a running joke for me where I said one of the last things I ever did for paleo profile was like, next episode is Megalonian paleo profile. And I just kind of like my content kind of moved on. Like I kind of drifted away from that style of content. Like I think my interests moved on. Like I'm no longer super interested in paleontology like I used to when I was a little kid. I still find it interesting. I'll still like check news stories, but I'm more into like human history stuff. I think I find human history stuff more interesting. So I think like I'm probably not gonna make probably not gonna make I got so many ideas as is on the back burner that are probably more interesting to me, more fresh. So yeah. Who would you rather hang out during the Steel Ball Run again, Sour Allen or Nimble Dick? Nimble Dick, hands down. Okay, for people that this sounds crazy, the Nimble Dick and Sour Allen are characters in A Song of Ice and Fire. Nimble Dick, aka Dick Crab, amazing character. He's got the stories. He's got fun stories. Like Brienne, like specifically says he has fun stories. So I'd say I'd pick Nimble Dick. Uh, I would love to make Mesoamerican videos. I got some planned. You'll see. I'm really into history of North America before contact era. I'm also interested in like contact era stuff too as well. But there's a lot on the back burner. I need to make. There's a video kind of adjacent to this that I think you should find interesting on coming up. Okay, let's see. What's this? Do you think the cover the science behind Skull Island in 2005 King Kong? I know it's been talked about by Natural History. Maybe, like, I don't know. Again, like with such stuff, like my interests have kind of moved on a little bit. I'm more into human history stuff. Like, yeah, I'd probably not. I kind of wish I was more interested in dinosaurs and stuff as people would want, but yeah, I think probably not. I just got a lot going on. I got a lot of, like, that's the thing when it takes me like a month or 2 months or something like that to make a video sometimes, or maybe even more. The Steel Ball Run one took me like half a year to make. And so you got to think of like, I have to pick like what's going to make money versus, and also like what am I going to feel passionate about? Because I've made videos where I don't feel super passionate about the source material, and I kind of feel bad. I kind of don't like it afterwards. I'm like, well, like I'm not very proud of that video, and like I should have been doing something else instead. So that's the part of it for me. Let's see. Okay. Hello. Okay, so we got a super chat from Lolivion378. Let's see what you got to say here. Okay, thank you so much for the super. Anybody that does super chats, thank you so much. And like your messages will get priority over other people. This is just my first time. Hello, Trey. Much love. I remember watching your Loch Ness video with my mom when I was 9. You were 9? Oh gosh. Always. I love you, and you're going to cosplay. That is so funny. People see, like, I started my channel pretty young, and then it's also funny to see people that were like fans of me very young. I'm not old. I'm not that old. Like that's funny whenever I hear people that like they're like, I was watching your stuff in middle school or high school or even older. That's crazy. There's a cat tower behind me. Yeah, that's true. I called one of my friends yesterday, and she thought this was a wooden board. Like this was a wooden board across my door. Like I was like barricaded myself in. It's not. It's a cat tree. Making a Discord server, maybe. I don't know. I don't use Discord all that much. Like Discord. I'm like kind of a boomer with technology sometimes. And I just know from experience, some YouTubers, they get a Discord and it like kind of, I don't know what happens. I just know bad stuff happens, like it gets over like, so it's like, you have to moderate it, and that's a lot of work. And like, I'd rather spend time making videos or something. Maybe I'd have to look into it. Okay, this is a good question. Did Iraqi acknowledge you yet? And if not, when do you think he will? This is a very good question. This is a very good question because I know I have friends. I have a friend who is working on the Steel Ball Run anime. I mentioned him. I guess this isn't secret at all. I mentioned him in the video. Grand Gorilla, who's working on the Steel Ball Run anime. And he's a character designer, so he's like adapting the manga into the anime art style. And he does work. He's done a whole bunch of work on it. And he's credited in the credits. So like, and like I know that from him, I know that people on the team are aware of my video. That's all. I think that's all I could say. Like, and the thing is, like, did he tell me that he works with Iraqi, like he gets notes from Iraqi or something like that? Like, okay, point being, the degrees of connection to people who are aware of my video are pretty thin at this point. Like, it's like 1 or 2 people like separated from Iraqi. So like all it needs to do is like somebody mentions in conversation and stuff. Like if you notice, there's an official Japanese subtitle of my video that I spent a fair amount of money on, a human translator to look through the video and translate it into Japanese using like a person did that. A human being like rendered my words into Japanese. And I can talk about that later. Like I really love some of the Japanese language he used. like he actually, like there's parts of the video where he rendered what I said into something more interesting when I've translated it back into English. So I did that partially because I wanted to get to reach a Japanese audience, and also partially because I wanted Iraqi to maybe be able to watch the video, because it's not beyond the realm of possibility that he could watch something like this. Like Iraqi, the thing I learned about Iraqi is that he is really into travel. He loves traveling. He loves travel logs, and he loves history and science and geography. So like I could totally see him being like, "Oh, I want to watch this. Somebody recreated my trip," and that's kind of cool. So that'd be really cool. I'm fingers crossed. I hope that happens, but who knows if it ever will? It might not. It might not happen. We will see. We will see. Cracking my voice. I'm so sorry. Let's see. Okay. Let's keep going. There's a lot more comments than I thought I was going to get. What is your favorite dinosaur? That's a good question. Um, I like a Microraptor. Microraptor's kind of cool with the four wings, gliding all around. Like I wish I had a more obscure pick. I like Spinosaurus. Spinosaurus is freaking cool. I like Carcharodontosaurus. Carcharodontosaurus is really cool, which is like how big its head is, and like how it can't see in front of it. Like when people talk about, okay, there's like the Jurassic Park thing with T-Rex can't see whatever. T-Rex can't see, like has bad eyesight. That's not really true. I think like studies have shown that like the T-Rex actually has really good eyesight. And it's actually Carcharodontosaurus, which doesn't have good eyesight, where like its head is so long that it can't see in front of its face, kind of thing. Like here's like I'm gonna share Carcharodontosaurus here. Carcharodontosaurus is a freaking cool dinosaur. Like what a cool looking animal this is. Like look at that giant head that's just absurdly long. This is Paul Sereno here, paleontologist. Like really, really cool stuff. There's a really cool reconstruction that I really like about Carcharodontosaurus. I can't find it on here, but yeah, like Carcharodontosaurus is really cool. Like I like to get an obscure pick. I like trying to get an obscure pick. If T-Rex, T-Rex is solid. Really, really cool animal. Like dinosaurs sometimes are like where you're like, wow, I can't believe these are real things that actually existed. Where they're just so huge, they're so big, they're so fantastical looking. You're like, wow, like that's awesome. Like what a crazy thing that like evolution has done. Okay, let's see. Here we go. We got another one. On your travels, did you find man-made or natural wonders in North America more awe-inspiring? Oh, did you find man-made or natural wonders in North America more awe-inspiring? Ooh, that's a really good. Like there were times where I found here. I'm gonna grab like put some visuals up. There were times, especially on the Arizona leg. Like the Arizona leg was hands down the best part of the entire trip. I think like it was the most visually interesting part of the trip, and there were just like you would just be driving and you just see like in the middle of the nowhere you'd see these beautiful rock formations with the red rocks, and then of course there's like Monument Valley at the end, but like yeah, like this, like, and this is just like on the side of the road. Like this is not like a national park or anything as far as I know. This is just like here, and you just see that and it looks like something out of Lawrence of Arabia. You're like, wow, that's gorgeous. Like yeah, like the natural wonders are hard to beat. Like, or when I was in Colorado and just seeing how gorgeous that is. Like they, like, I will say the I almost said Mackinac. This is my most notorious thing. Mackinac Bridge. The Mackinac Bridge, which is just the longest bridge in, I think, the Northern Hemisphere, or the Western Hemisphere, one or the other. Tallest suspension bridge. It is gorgeous. Like it is like amazing to see that on the horizon. And you're just like, wow, like that is wild to see in person. So there are like man-made wonders that are very beautiful too. Let me get a picture of the Mackinac Bridge on here. And it's big. Like that's the thing. Mackinac. Shoot. The Mackinac Bridge is like ginormous too. It takes like a fair amount of time to just cross it, to start from here to the other side. And I was like listening to like cowboy music when I was crossing. It was really, really cool. And then of course New York, like Manhattan as like the endpoint of the race is very fun, where you just see like I described this in the video. You feel like a caveman, like when I came from San Diego and by the time I reached Chicago, like I felt like a caveman when I was in Chicago, where I was like like, oh my gosh, like there were like buses and trains, and like I kind of like had forgot what it was like living in a city. Like I'm really not that country. I grew up near a major city. But like when you go to but Chicago and New York are bigger cities than the cities that I've ever known. So like I guess I should cut myself some slack. But like it is very cool. It is super. It is like a very shocking thing that happens when like you spend like weeks in the middle of nowhere in these small towns that have like couple like I was in towns that had like 10 people, like not 10 but like 70 people or 150 people, and then you just like you hit Chicago and you're just like, oh my gosh, like, and you see these towering buildings. Like for the longest time you've just seen grain towers and stuff, and houses. Like it is such a unique feeling, and it's hard to describe for somebody that hasn't experienced it, where you encounter a city for the first time after like weeks of being in the wilderness. Like this is um, Kansas City, Missouri, and like this was like shocking to me. I was like, when I drove in, I was like, this is wild. Like seeing a city like this. I'm like, oh my gosh, these towering buildings. And Kansas City is not a big city. Like compared to Chicago especially New York or Philadelphia, it's a small city. It's a relatively small city. It's like Atlanta to me. And like Atlanta's like where my gauge, my standard for cities. So like when I see something that's smaller than Atlanta, I regard it as a smaller city. Bigger than Atlanta, I'm like, that's a big city. So like the man-made wonders were cool with that too, where I got to New York and you just see it blows your mind. You're like, oh my gosh, like humans built these buildings this tall and stuff. Like let me find a cool shot of New York City to share. Um, like it was a balance. Like it was definitely a balance. Like the natural wonders were really, really beautiful, but also like the man-made ones were really, really shocking. Like it was shocking to me to like, I just remember just being like awe-inspired when I saw New York on the horizon. Like when you like, where's that really good photo that I had of New York on the horizon where you could see it was so cool to like see it materialize in like the haze. You just see it out there. Like, wow, that is so crazy. That's so eerie. Like you're like, whoa. Here we go. Um, let's see if I have a better picture. Yeah, here's a good one. Here, this is like I'm so happy I did the boat ride, because I could have driven around and done the Holland Tunnel and stuff, but like the boat ride, like going into New York like this, and you see these like giant cargo ships with like Chinese characters and from like all over the world, just floating in the harbor, and you're drifting past them, and then you see the city like come up through the haze. Like it was so special. Like, oh my gosh. And you're just like, yeah, this looks like something out of like a painting. It was very cool. Like, yeah, you got me talking. I'm sorry for talking so much for this question. Favorite aquarium. Georgia Aquarium, baby. Like so far, Georgia Aquarium's hard to beat. Georgia Aquarium's wait, oh no, I know who this is. Hi. Gosh, I'm so embarrassing. This is somebody I know in real life. That's awesome. Hi, Caddy. It's nice to speak to you. Gosh, I'm all flustered now. Goodness gracious, I should move on. You're more than some guy to us. You're that guy. Thank you so much. I like that's the thing. It's weird to be relatively famous, because you feel like a fluke, like I don't know, like I guess I should appreciate, like, respect myself and say that I've done some, like, I must have something if I got this far. But it just feels weird because you're just yourself, and you don't feel really unique or special, but people like you, so it's really cool. I'm very lucky. Wondering, do you have a favorite song that's referenced in Civil Run? I do like Mrs. Robinson. Cuckoo, cuckoo, Mrs. Robinson. I do like Mrs. Robinson. I like El Condor Pasta. El Condor Pasta. Oh, I love Tusk. Tusk is a really good. So Tusk is like one of my favorite songs, like, of all time. Tusk is really cool. What else do we have? For people that know, I didn't bring this up in the video. Um, sorry, but my friend's telling me that she snuck a question. And I had a giant playlist that was cowboy music playlist. That was gosh, it's like 73 Here we go. Like cowboy music, Marty Robbins, like it just it's like a mood board. Like I don't know, like I'm like a Tumblr girly. Like it was music that I listened to on the road trip and made me feel like I was in Steel Will Run. So a lot of those songs were on there, but there are also songs that were not on there. Like I listened to a whole bunch of um like what's his name, Lauren Green, who's like he's got Pony Express, he's got like there's a whole bunch of music that I just, or Trouble Row, Ringo, like there's a whole bunch of songs I listened to on the road trip. But yes, favorite referenced in Steel Will Run is probably I like Mrs. Robinson. I love Mrs. Robinson as well, but Tusk is up there too. um Scary Monster, there's a lot of like Rocky's music tastes are pretty dang good. uh Thank you for my eyebrows. Yeah, yeah, I like I love my eyebrows. I got them threaded recently. They get very bushy if you don't thread them, and the ladies at the eyebrow threading place were like, "You have amazing eyebrows." I was like, thank you so much. Okay, okay, thank you for the super chat, Heartman 476. Been watching since 2016. I love you. Would you consider collaborating with Mini Minuteman? And do you know you and do you know your archaeologist? And do you know your archaeologist? I would love to see more paleo content. Me and Mini Minutemen, we've known each other. We talk like I like he's a friend, acquaintance. Like we don't talk often. Like I haven't spoken to him in a couple of years, but we have each other's phone numbers and stuff. And I love his work. I think he makes great work. Um, and I think we were trying to do something years ago together, but it didn't pan out. I think both of us are busy. I would love to work with him at some point. He's really cool. He looks cool. He's a cool looking guy. Like I don't know. Sometimes you see someone, you're like you like you just look cool. Like he also is cool, but he looks cool. Like I don't know. Like he's got drip. He's got style. He's got confidence. Like he's a really cool guy. But yeah, I would consider collaborating with him. It's just like collaborations like are hard because they're a lot of work, and um I don't like, I'm trying to do this as a living too, and if the video is on his channel or my channel, it gets complicated. Like, am I going to make money from it? Like, because that's the thing, is you're trying to balance time, and it's hard. Like, I guess like if we collaborate, like we would exchange subscribers and stuff. We'd have overlap. Um, it's just time. A lot of it's time. Like, I just struggle to keep deadlines and time already, and adding collaborations it complicates it. But maybe I'm totally open to it. I would love to. And do you know your archaeologist? I don't know. Do you know your archaeologist? Like, I guess is that a show of his or something like that? Like, would we do, excuse me, a game show or something? Like, do you know your archaeologist? And I'll be like, Heinrich Schliemann. Like, we go through like the famous archaeologists. That'd be kind of fun. We do like a Jeopardy kind of thing. You look like Luffy today. Luffy. Oh my gosh, people are gonna crucify me for this. I'm not a huge One Piece guy, but thank you. I know it's the hat. I know it's the hat. But thank you for the super chat. Probably late to the stream, but wanted to. Whole trip was amazing. Platonically saying you're beautiful. What you keep it behind your. Oh, thank you so much. Keeping your seat. There really isn't much of a secret. Like, I think a lot of my hair is just I got lucky with genetics. I didn't know I had pretty hair until like COVID. Like, I grew up my hair during COVID, and I just decided to keep it at a certain point. Um, that's good. But yeah, I don't do that much. A lot of it's just air drying. Like, I have conditioner, and I just got very lucky that I have very pretty. I love my curls. Like, I think I'm the only one in my family that has wavy curly hair naturally. I think my sister and my mom has to curl it. Like, theirs is straight, so I just kind of lucked out with the like Grecian Alexander the Great kind of like hair. But thank you so much. You do sound like Mordecai. Yeah, thank you. So this is a question, like, what type of music were you listening to on the trip? I was listening to whole bunch of stuff. Like, I'm looking at this right now. I was listening to Macabre Plaza. I don't know if anybody's a Macabre Plaza fan here. Like, I love the Vada Vada, which is Wyatt and Fletcher Shears and their kind of side projects, and I really like Macabre Plaza. He does good stuff. This mysterious character, Macabre Plaza. The Norman Luboff Choir has like this Like, I'm just showing you my music playlist right now. Um, oh my gosh. Whoa, whoa. I don't know if you can hear that. Shoot, that is annoying. Street noise. I was listening, like I was trying to get into like the cowboy mindset, and I was like listening to traditional cowboy songs that would have been around during the Steel Ball Run. Like one of them is the Railroad Corral, like "Come roust out your steers from the long chaparral. The outfit is off to the Railroad Corral," and it's like a song from the it's a traditional cowboy song. Like that's the thing, is a lot of these are like oral traditions that were passed down from the 1800s or the 1700s into the modern era, and professors went out and recorded them. So Railroad Corral, I think it was a black cowboy told it to professor, and the professor recorded it for posterity. So so like there's a lot of those, and a lot of those have gotten covers in like the 50s, or like Marty Robbins covers it and stuff. Like so like I was listening to a lot of music like that, like Railroad Corral, Along the Navajo Trail, Along the Navajo Trail, like that kind of stuff. I was listening to, there's a song called Silverton by C.W. McCall that I was listening, like, because I went to Durango, which is the Silverton trains there. So I was like getting in the mindset. Maybe I'll share my playlist at some point. Like it was very fun to like live the cowboy lifestyle a little bit. Like I know I wasn't roughing it like the way that they do, but I was like visiting places that they visited. I like, ooh, my Gorelli. Like this is Enjoy, another Vada Vada. Like I had like different music tastes. Like it's funny that all these are on the same playlist. But my Gorelli, like punk music too, a little bit of punk. And then like also stuff that's like relevant to Steel Ball Run kind of stuff. Okay. Oh my goodness. Did I lose my spot? I think I lost my spot. Gosh darn it. Let's see. Let's see. I think it took me all the way to the top again. Where did it take me? The goat of music. Let's see. Dang. See, this is a new program of mine that that I'm not used to some of the stuff that it does. Like I think it changed my outlook here. Like I lost where I was at. Let's see. Let's see. I lost my spot. My bad. Okay, let's just I'll pick the next super chat. I'm so sorry if I missed you. How much did the whole trip cost? I'm not disclosing the information. Like okay, there is I took the mountain of receipts. I don't know if I have a picture of the receipt pile. If I do, that's really funny. Let's see if I have the receipt pile. Let's see. I should have this on hand. I'm so sorry. If I did have it, it's in there somewhere. But I totaled up the receipts and calculated how much it costs. A lot of the cost is plane flights and hotels. Like hotels will kill you, and a rental car will kill you. Like if you can drive your car, like I own a car. I didn't want to bring my car all the way across the country and just have it get damaged or something like that along the way. So if you can not rent a car, if you can use your own car, that will save you a whole bunch of money. But it's a lot of money, and it's a lot of time too. Like that's the thing, is it's hard because like not a lot of people can take off work the way that I've done, that I can do. So yeah, people are asking for my boot picks. Let's see. Okay, here's a super chat here. I'm planning on doing a road trip Seattle, Chicago for a PhD. Best friend. Oh, that's really cool. Awesome. Congrats. I hope it's fun. Like Seattle to Chicago it's a long trip. You'll do some really cool stuff. You'll see some really cool stuff. You got the cool mountains, and then you have to deal with the Great Plains. So that's very exciting. Who's your favorite JoJo? Is it Johnny? It is Johnny. I like Johnny. I like how Johnny's a nuanced character, and I like his personality. I like that he's snarky. He's also very I like his design. I think he's very pretty. I remember my guitar instructor, when I was taking guitar lessons, my guitar instructor, he knew about JoJo, but he hadn't watched that far. He didn't read past the anime, and he saw like a picture he apparently had seen a picture of Johnny Joestar and was like, I see that the new Joestar is a girl. And I was like, like Jolene? He's like, no, not Jolene, like the one after her. And I was like, have to break it to you, dude. Johnny's a guy. He's like look at this cool girl. So it was kind of funny, but yeah, I like Johnny. Johnny's my favorite. He's fun. Him and Gyro have such a cool dynamic, and then I like his design too. And he's got a fun personality. And like I don't know, I like that he's American. I like how he's got like American drip. He's got like American flag themed stuff. Um, what is your favorite extinct animal? I'd say maybe Andrew Sarkis, which is a really cool mammal. Kind of, I think the modern research shows that they're closest related to like early whales. They're these big hippo, like giant head, just big giant massive carnivore during the Eocene, I think. If you watched Walking with Beasts, which is like a little documentary that I grew up on, I know their interpretation has been like since kind of disproven. It wouldn't have looked exactly like that, but Andrew Sarkis is a cool animal, just giant head, big creature. Do you own any swords or other cool? Do you own any swords or other cool historical weapons? Do you have any martial arts? I do. I have. I own a giant spear that I used for a cosplay. Like it's a giant Greek I don't think it's definitely not as long as like a historical hoplite uplite, if you want to be a nerd, spear. But I used it in a cosplay, but it's really tall. Like I at least have high ceilings in this apartment now, but in my old apartment, the ceilings were too low for me to hold the spear upright because it would scrape. And it's got an actual blade on it. It's kind of dangerous. But I don't have too many other historical weapons. Like on the road trip, I did buy myself a knife, like a cool little knife that looked like kind of like Damascus steel kind of look. Trying to pull a picture here. I don't have too many weapons. I'm not like a huge weapon guy. Here we go. Here's a picture of the knife that I bought on the road trip. I bought this from like a store in Durango, a little tourist trap thing. I wanted it was expensive. It has like a little cool hilt. This is me at the Great Sand Dunes. It's tiny little knife. I thought it looked cool. But yeah, maybe I'll get into like historic. I have like some armor. Like I like cosplay, so a lot of my stuff is cosplay stuff. But I might get a sword, like a Greek sword or something like that. Gladius Roman sword. Grew up watching your YouTube stuff. Thank you. Do you speak Greek? I speak a little Greek. I try, like out of the whole group in my archaeology there, I tried to learn Greek, and I can read. I think I can kind of read Greek now, like just from reading pottery or inscriptions on stuff. I've been reading translations and like the original Greek of the Odyssey, Iliad. Not like I can recognize words here and there that I find familiar, like Achilles or Alexandros or something like that. But again, like modern Greek, like I was learning Pondiaka, like the dialect of the north, which is like Greek from the Pontic region. And so like I know like Evharisto is like thank you. Yeah, I almost said a curse word. Oh my gosh, I almost said a curse word because they were teaching me curse words. It's really funny. I like almost cursed in Greek on screen. And like I've lost a fair bunch of it, like because whenever you're on a dig site, you're there for a while and you're interacting with locals a lot. And I try to learn like a lot of my like Greek and Polish, because I also tried to learn Polish too. A lot of my knowledge is archaeology based. So like it was like ceramika, pirakis, like what's shovel? I used to know shovel. I used to know like skeleton and stuff. I need to like check my notes and refresh. Let's see. I knew like that's the first thing I learned in a language is like please and thank you and hello and stuff. Like, those are the first things, and then you get more and more words. Like, when I was there, like, you would, like, point at stuff or whatever, and you get words. Like, they taught me slurs, they taught me inappropriate words in Greek, but yeah. Love your vid Trey, love your biblical videos. I noticed most people only talk about stuff in the early Bible, Genesis and Exodus, and stuff in the end, the New Testament. You plan on making a video about, oh, I think this is getting cut off here. Let's see. About, like, I'm assuming like the middle, like I think you're talking about like the middle of the Bible. Yeah, like that's the thing, is like the middle of the Bible is like, you're probably talking about like Isaiah stuff and everything. Like in Ezekiel, like that kind of stuff, or Judges, King David reign. Like, I don't know. I hate that this thing's cutting off your message here. I wish I could see the full thing. And like I'm not going fast enough, so it's like hiding stuff on my stream. I need to speed up. Let's see. I think a part of it is like that stuff. It's a little better historically known. Like, okay, I think the reason people skip over the middle part of the Bible is because it's not that interesting to most people. Like, people like Genesis, Exodus because of the stories in there. Like, there's parts of Genesis that people skip over. So like not everybody loves like all of Genesis or all of Exodus. But like I think people love Jesus. Like, people think Jesus is very fascinating, so like they focus on Jesus. And people like the flood, the Exodus, like the Pharaoh and everything. That's exciting kind of stuff. Like, kind of the middle stuff people aren't as interested in. Like, people like ancient Egypt. People think ancient Egypt's exciting. People think like the flood's exciting, and Garden of Eden is really exciting. Like, I don't think a lot of people have too many opinions on Philistines, like Philistines or Elamites, and like, because there's a lot of ethnic groups in the Old Testament that people have no opinion about. We just I have no, like, the average person is not familiar with Assyrians or Elamites or Samaritans or whatever, so they get a little confused. So like they're like, but I know Romans and I know ancient Egyptian, so I'm jumping to that. So yeah, I'm trying to catch up here. Ancient America's collab, I really like his videos. Maybe that'd be pretty fun. We have a little bit of overlap with some of our content, so that'd be really cool. Thank you for the super chat, Heartman. Are you wearing makeup on your eyes? Yes, I'm not JD Vance. I don't have just natural eyeliner. I put on eyeliner because I think it makes me look a little pretty. Let's see. Which period of history would you like to live in? Okay, it's a little bit of like, okay, the past kind of sucked. The past was dangerous. A lot of people died. A lot of people died of really easily curable things. The past was dangerous, and it stunk. Like, I don't want to glamorize the past. And like there's of course like slavery in the past, and social norms, misogyny, like sexism, like in the past. Like whenever you think of like time traveling, you're like, yeah, the present's really good. Like, as bad as the present is, like as things I wish it would be better, the past, we are better than the past in a lot of ways. But okay, the historical period that I could just like float around and just enjoy, it would probably be between, I would really, really like to see Tenochtitlan, like, in its heyday, like the Aztec capital city, or even just the Mesoamerican like region at that time, because the way Spaniards describe it, it is like dreamlike, and there's really no city like it on Earth to this day. Like, there's nothing like it before, and there's been nothing like it since. So like, I would really love to see Tenochtitlan or one of those Mesoamerican cities, just to see what they would look like with the color and stuff. But also, I would love to visit like Alexandria in its heyday, like Alexandria in like the 1st century BC, like when it was very, very beautiful. Or like yeah. I think like I love the Mediterranean. Like, I don't know, you know me, I like Bronze Age stuff. Like, Knossos, like Minoan civilization, Knossos. I would really love to see Knossos in the Minoan, because there's a lot of mysteries with the Minoan civilization. You could be able to resolve them just by standing there. Yeah, okay, another super fat it's super fat, super chat, been, from Cole P. Warren, thank you so much. Been sub for years, JoJo video era is peak, congrats on the race. Maybe next you'll find the lost '07 Phantom Blood movie. Yes, oh my gosh. I hope that comes out within my lifetime. It's a shame that they've locked it up. Like, what he's talking about is what Cole's talking about there, they made a Phantom Blood adaptation movie, and they just never released it for some reason, which is so strange to me. um like, why not, why not? Why not? Like, it's apparently done, and it looks good, like from what we've seen of it, it looks pretty dang good, but yeah, they never published it. It's lost media, so that'd be really cool. I would like it. Discovered you when I look who's cute guy next to Preston. Who said that he was talking about as I guest star on Preston. Never cut your hair. Thank you. I might cut it a little bit. We'll see. I think it'll always be relatively long just because I like how that looks. Started rewatching JoJo. Let's see. Could jump to some other super chats. Let's see. And then maybe I'll jump back if there's no super chats. Let's see. Okay, thank you for the super chat, seer user J839329. Thanks for your shift to channel's focus to history and archaeologists in general. I am more appreciative for humanity's achievements and expressions. Also, your serving. Thank you. That's the thing is, like, I think part of what I find archaeology and anthropology stuff so interesting is it's very relatable to us. Like, when I read about ancient Greeks or Minoans or Mayans or Mesoamericans or something, you can put yourself in their shoes, and in some ways, when you read about how their world works and life, like, you're like, wow, like, I could have lived in that era, and I find that really fascinating, and I could have seen these things that they saw, and I don't know, and also you're right, like the appreciation for humanity's achievements and expressions, like why I don't like Ancient Aliens and like kind of those fringe where like aliens built stuff or Atlanteans built stuff for people. Like, I think it's far more fascinating to be like, ancient Egyptians built the pyramids, these giant things that have endured 4,000 years, and they're gorgeous and they're giant and they'll never go away. Like I don't know, a nuclear bomb wouldn't destroy them. That's how big they are. Like, and humans did that in 4,000 years ago. People did that, and they had a long time. Like, I think Great Pyramid maybe took like 20 years or something like that. I don't know how long. I remember reading like how long estimates on how long it took, but it took manpower. It took just ingenuity. Like this. Okay, this couch. This is a pull-out sofa couch in my apartment, and it is so heavy. It feels like one of those Stonehenge blocks. It is impossible. But and the thing was, I had to move it into my apartment with my dad, and it was awful. It was miserable because we could barely pick it up. But I looked out and I was like, wait a second, I'm familiar with let me pull up a picture, the Easter, how like the theories on the Easter Island head movement, like theories, like how did Easter Islanders move the Easter Island heads. And I remembered it. I remembered that this, like, there's an experimental archaeology using where these archaeologists had a theory where they're like, well, maybe they put ropes on either side and had them walk, like the Moai walked across the earth, and they just used ropes and just manpower to move them. And they tested it, and it works. And so I remembered that when we were moving the couch, and I was like, Dad, let's use the Moai Easter Islander method to move this couch. And we very tediously like swayed it, walked the couch bit by bit all the way to my apartment. And we got it in, us two, just two guys, two not very athletic guys were able to get the couch into. And so think about, like, you can think about that on a grander scale, like for a couple hundred people could move something as large as a Moai, a solid stone head, using just their ingenuity. Like, humans are amazing creatures that we can figure that out just through raw thought, really thinking and energy. Like, it is an amazing thing. I gotta see a question about my gender. That's really funny. Let's see. Looking forward to Chicago. You lose your mind when you're in China. 5 million people. Yeah. I've thought about. I've never been to Asia. I've only been to Europe. and Central America. I haven't really left the United States that much. But yeah, if I ever go to China, like I'm assuming like those cities you feel small and you're like, oh my gosh, like these are, or if you go to India and you see how big those cities are, like, oh my gosh. I think I remember you went to the World War One museum in Kansas City. I did go to the World War One museum. Yeah, I did. I liked it. Like, let me see if I have any pictures of the World War One museum in Kansas City. There was like, I think I remember there was like I took some pictures of like the there was like, yeah, here we go. There was a guy that kind of looked like there was like a World War One pilot that I thought kind of looked like Trump. You're like, I don't know. Like, tell me if I'm crazy. Kind of looks like Trump here. I don't know. I might be going crazy. People say that like whenever I'm like, he looks like so and so. People are like, I have no idea what you're talking about. But yeah, and he has this cute cat. He has this cute little cat here. This like pilot. Anyways, World War One museum, really cool stuff if you're ever in Kansas City. Okay, you guys, super chat from Promethean Knight. Big fan. I've been subscribed to for 12 years. I noticed in your videos 10 years you put music from Bioshock Infinite and Telltale: The Walking Dead. Did you like those games? It's so funny. One of my friends, he just moved away. He moved to Illinois, so I don't know if I'll see him again for a long time. And we spent kind of our last hangout session watching the E3 demos for Bioshock Infinite, where I was a huge, I'm a huge Bioshock fan. I still am to this day. I still love Bioshock. And we watched and so like I was growing up, I saw the E3 demos for Bioshock Infinite, and like this is gonna be the best game ever made. And and I think my mom, it came out around my birthday, so my mom let me let me go stay out of school and just play the game early. And it wasn't that I didn't like it that much. Like I remember playing it and just kind of being like, the combat's kind of fun, but it's not as fun as I thought it was going to be, and the story's kind of muddled, and I kind of stopped caring at a certain point with the multiple worlds. I like the aesthetic in a lot of ways. I like the E3 demos, like, and I wish the game was more like those E3 demos. But I do like the music. I do like it's got great music. It's got really cool designs and world. I just think it's a little half baked with the story. Telltale Walking Dead. I grew up on Telltale Walking Dead. I loved Telltale Walking Dead growing up. Like the part of it is you kind of found out that like you were looking behind the curtain. The more you play Telltale games, you're revealing that like your choices really don't matter. Like it's only like one choice at the end that matters. So yeah, it's a fun era. That was like the early 2010s era. That was fun. Hawkwind through Jojolian. Yep, yeah. Urban Gorilla rocks as a song. I love Urban Gorilla. Let's see. Okay, another super chat from Winrella. Winella. I'm so sorry. What kind of music did you listen to on the race? America. Oh yeah, I've kind of talked about this already. Music by America. Yeah. I listened to a whole bunch of songs by America. I loved Sandman, Horse with No Name, Ventura Highway. Ventura Highway is one of my favorite songs. I really like Ventura Highway. Beautiful song. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Another super chat from Hartman. Thank you so much, Hartman. I meant to say I know you're an archaeologist. Oh, okay, yeah. I know he's talking about Mini Minuteman. Milo, like yeah. He's also an archaeologist. We're both archaeologists. Like I can call myself an archaeologist. I've worked on 2 digs. I have my degrees. Like I can say that. I could say that. Like I got an argument with Jimmy Corsetti or something like that. He's kind of like this right-wing conspiracy kind of nut who like thinks that like archaeologists are hiding the truth and everything. And I got an argument with him on Twitter. It's stupid. It was dumb. But like I was like, Jimmy, dude, like you can't really like you're not an archaeologist. Like you've never worked at a dig site. Like what you do is you're a tourist. Like I felt kind of bad. Like looking back, this is kind of mean, but he's a jerk. He's kind of a huge jerk. And I don't say that lightly. He was a huge jerk. He'll make fun of your appearance. He'll attack you on your appearance. He's just mean. He's a mean kind of guy. And I think we have each other blocked now on Twitter, thank goodness. But like that's the thing. Once you work at a dig site, like, and you it's manual labor. It's hard manual labor. You're pickaxing, you're shoveling, you hurt your lower back, you're on your hands and knees. And that's you work from like 7 a.m. or 6 a.m. You get up early and then you work the entire day until like 3 or 4 or something like that. And then you break for lunch and then you're back. Like it's a lot of like being an archaeologist is a lot of work and a lot of manual labor. Because I've had a couple of manual labor jobs in my life. Like I've worked at a barn and I did archaeology and like that. It's a lot of work and you're exhausted and you're sweaty and you're covered in dirt and it's tedious. It's so freaking tedious to scrape just little bits, and you don't understand that unless you're an archaeologist. Like if you're a tourist and you just show up to the Parthenon or the like or Mycenae or a Native American mound, like you don't get how much work being an archaeologist and how much tedious you have to document every little find and make a bag for it. Be recognized. You have to, and there's like skills you got to learn where you're like, I know what layer I'm in right now. You need to look at the cross section and be like, oh, this is layer 1, this is layer 2, and the artifact was found in layer 2, which means it's the same age as that. It's a lot of work. So yeah, I respect somebody that's also an archaeologist. Like like if you've done field work and you've gone to school and stuff, I have a huge respect for you because it's a lot of work. It's not easy. Let's see. If you went cross country again, what places that you missed would you want to go see? Let me think. There were places in Arizona that I wish I got to see. I wish I went to the Petrified Forest in like the southeastern part of Arizona. I wish I went to into New Mexico. I've never been to New Mexico. Besides that little sliver that I went through in the Four Corners. I want to go to Texas, some of the cities in Texas. Any other sites that I'd really want to see? I'm sure I'm missing some. Like, so that's the thing is on the trip, I wasn't really aware of all the sites that I would like. Sometimes I would just drive into a town and then pull up. Atlas Obscura was my favorite thing to pull up, where you just find like this random thing, like this is the biggest ball of yarn in the world, and it's off of the highway, and you're gonna drive by it, and I'm like, I guess that's what I'm doing today. I'm sure there's stuff like that I wish there's probably a lot of like paleontological sites or archaeological sites. Like I love Native American history stuff. I would love to visit more reservations. I visited 2 reservations. I visited the Hopi and I visited the Navajo, and I'm sure I passed through close by some others in around Michigan or Wisconsin. But like living, like being on a reservation and seeing what it's like, it is like kind of like being in a different country. It is fascinating. So I would want to do some more of that, like go to the Sioux reservation or something like that. That'd be really cool. What's your favorite North American mammal? I really like buffalo. Buffalo are really cool. I was so happy that I got to see at least one buffalo on the road trip because they're cool creatures. It's a shame. I will be the person that will like be bleeding heart bleeding heart liberal with the buffalo that we really screwed up by killing all the buffalo. Like, come on, like they are amazing animals, and it's a real shame that they're gone. Like they're not all gone, but like they're gone from the ecosystem in any meaningful way, I think, which is really, here, I'll pull up a buffalo picture. It's like one of the travesties of America. Like I think America should get a lot of flack for killing our buffalo, like our big megafauna. Because there used to be like, it's hard to even like voice how many buffalo were killed. It boggles the mind, and like it's amazing that like they're still around after what we did to them. Yeah, buffalo. I love buffalo. I love mountain lion. I sound like a real Georgian here. I love mountain lion. I like what are some other mammals I like in North America? A bobcat. I love a bobcat. Bobcats are cool. You see them from time to time. Possums. I love me some possums. Yeah. Thoughts on Dune? I love the idea of Dune. I tried reading it, and it's just very, very dense. I love it. Like that's the thing is I love A Song of Ice and Fire. There's a couple of other fantasy, historical fiction kind of things that are kind of like Dune in the tone, but I had trouble getting into it. It felt really dense and intimidating, and like I didn't. Maybe I'll try again to get into Dune. Like Dune books, I like the Dune movies are fun. Like I like the David Lynch one. I love the Villeneuve ones. The modern ones are pretty fun too. Like the aesthetic of Dune and the fun characters of Dune in the world. It's hard to go wrong with that. It's really cool. Let's see. Alexander the Great Hephaestion video. I would love to look. There's one that's been on the back burner for years. I just need to find time to do it because yeah, I love talking kind of like gay queer history. Like you know me. I like that stuff. I think it's really cool. Let's see. Oh my gosh, yeah, you love like this guy loves Hephaestion. Voice doesn't match the face. Okay, let's see. What do you think of Mormons questioning anything but the actual revelation? I don't want to get too controversial. Mormonism is very fascinating to me. I wish I talked to more Mormons. I know a lot of ex-Mormons. I know a lot of former Mormons who are like close friends of mine. I was reading a book on Mormonism. If you want a really good book on the history of Mormonism and the history of Joseph Smith, because Joseph Smith is a fascinating historical figure in his own right. Because he's like archaeology related. Like Joseph Smith was like a weird like wannabe archaeologist in a way, and he believed he could translate Egyptian hieroglyphs like before the hieroglyphs were cracked, and he like made all these claims that he could translate hieroglyphs, and we've since been able to prove that like his translations are bunk. He was like totally making them up because like they survive. The things that he was trying to translate, the papyrus he was translating still survives. But if you want a good book on Mormonism, read No Man Knows My History, The Life of Joseph Smith by M. Brody Fawn. I think she's a female historian. It's it's kind of amazing how much we know about Joseph Smith because he's a very recent historical figure. And so they have tons of legal documents and tax documents and stuff that are still around for you to read. And people that were contemporary with him that knew him when he was a kid. And it's very fascinating to me to read that and be like, do Mormons know about this? Do Mormons care? Like, I know that I've talked to some and they're like, well, like they like say that this is like slander that was made up against him. You can't trust this. But yeah. I would love to talk about Mormonism sometime. Like talking about religion's very sensitive. Like like whenever my religion videos always do well, but like it's sensitive to talk about religion because you got to be very careful with what you say. Let's see. By the way, you ever visit Seattle? Same, I missed you. Love to show you the young dinosaur you're working on. Oh, thank you. I would love to go to the Burke Museum. The Burke Museum is really cool. Yeah, I went there with my buddy Miles and my co-host, my podcast co-host. If this is a shout out, Plastic Plesiosaur Podcast. Hit us up on Spotify. It's on YouTube. It's on anywhere. But I host a podcast where I talk about cryptids with my buddy Miles, who lives in Seattle. But I would love to go to the Burke Museum. I will go to. I'll be back in Seattle. Like I know I have so many friends that live in Seattle. Thank you so much. And let's see, Catboy McCarthy. Love your videos. Excuse me. Besides the Zero Run, which is your favorite part? Excuse me, of JoJo. Who is your favorite JoJo and JoJo besides Johnny and Jaro? Okay, my favorite part after Steel Ball Run is Stardust Crusaders. Stardust Crusaders is I think is some of Araki's best work. I think Araki's at his best when he does travel log kind of like parts where it's a journey from one place to the next and you encounter stuff along the way. And it allows him to really dig into his love of like history and art and science and stuff. And yeah, I love Stardust Crusaders. Favorite JoJo besides Johnny might be, I like Joseph. Joseph is pretty fun. Like part 1 Joseph, part 2 Joseph and part 3 Joseph are very fun. He's just a really fun character. Oh my god. And Joe Bro, I'm a huge Ponaruff fan. I kind of love Ponaruff. I love all the memes with him where he always ends up in these awful scenarios, and he's also goofy. Like I kind of love like the voice actor for the Japanese dub, the original dub of he's so funny. And I just love like this like what Iraqi does with him where he like has him pointing with his tongue and stuff. And Ponderup's a very fun character, and I love it. Let's see. Let's get some more. Favorite horse? Oh my gosh. You guys want to talk about horses? Oh my gosh, let me pull up my horses. So I have a history with horses, a relatively recent history with horses. Yeah, here we go. Here's some of my horse picks. Okay, this is me from like 3 years ago. This is my buddy Possum. He's the one-eyed horse. So he is a thoroughbred. He's a racehorse, former racehorse. He's a descendant of Gray Ghost. I know there's like that horse anime that people like. And Gray Ghost, like one of the characters is a descendant of Gray Ghost. So it's funny to like see Possum and be like, he's related to this anime character. He was a former racehorse. He didn't last long. He like did like tiz and like crashed into a wall. And he lost his eye to infection. And he just bounced around from owners. And you can see he's just like filthy here. He's so dirty. He's a gray. His name is Possum. He was my favorite horse to ride when I was working at this barn, because I started as a lessoner and then I got a job working at the same barn that I was lessoning at. And he's just a real sweet horse. He's very sensitive. He's very like kind. And he's a loner. Like he's a gelding, so he's a horse that has been snipped. And geldings are interesting where they have a very unique type of personality. And so he would be with the other geldings and he would be off on his own. The other geldings would be there and they would bully him. He was like the bottom of the group. He was the omega, whatever. He was the omega male or whatever. That they just bullied. They shoved him aside whenever I gave them treats. Like, let me see if I have another picture of the other horses. Like, you'll get to see. Yeah, here's the other horses here. Let's see. Yeah, you get me talking about horses. I'll talk about horses a whole bunch. Oh my gosh. Let's see. So these are all the horses. This is the pasture that they'd be at. This is Possum. This is George. This is shoot. This is Star. This is Star. This is Leon, and this is Chevy. These are the geldings. They're the male horses that have been snip-snapped. And you can see Possum's all off on his own. And that's how he always was. He would always be off on his own. And he kind of has like a gay relationship with George. Him and George are kind of like boyfriends, where they're the ones that would hang out the most, and like they would kind of be a little romantic with each other. Like I hate to project onto these horses, but like they were kind of romantic. They had a beautiful relationship, these two. But yeah, this is George. This is that they see me and they want treats. George is really funny. This is George. George is like this really like obnoxious horse that just wants food all the time. But yeah, like Possum would be my favorite horse. Like one of the coolest horses I've ever ridden is this one. You see it in the video very briefly. I'm so sorry about the siren in the background too. This is Rosie. See me, look at me. I'm so happy. This is Rosie, and she is she's an Amish horse, a former Amish horse, and she's just ginormous. This is a huge horse. Like, look at those hooves. Like, you don't want to get stepped on that. I've been stepped on by those. It hurts really bad. And whenever you ride a horse like this, you feel so powerful. Like, you feel like this, like it makes me like, I don't know. I'm an ancient history nerd. Like, you feel like a knight, or you feel like you're in the charge in battle. Like you just feel the strength of riding this, and you're so high off the ground, and they're just so powerful. And then she takes so much. Like, some horses are really good. They don't take much energy to maneuver, to steer. But she took so much work. She did not want to cooperate at all. So she's really cool to ride, but not really fun to ride. Possum was very well behaved, a very well behaved horse the entire time that I rode him. This is, oh my gosh, this is like such a gay outfit I'm in here. Cavalry, my little cavalry jacket. Look at me. I'm so cute. I look so happy. I'm like, hello. I'm wearing my little cavalry jacket. Ooh, ooh, ooh. This is Charles, who's like the most recent horse I've ever ridden. It's been like a little less than a year since I've ridden him because I just had to take a break. It was too expensive. Charles, very well behaved horse. Like he was a little grumpy, but once you got him going, he would get going. And so like I rode him really fast, like where like you could like sprint and you're like in jumping position like a jockey. Really cool horse, Charles, old boy. They always put me on old geldings, like these old geldings, and I relate to them so much because they're sweet. Um, so so yeah, like that's my horses. I love horses. I haven't ridden a horse in a fair bit. Like I kind of miss it, but yeah, maybe I'll get back on that horse. You know, I'll move on to a different question. um People are recommending some pretty exciting video ideas. I could look into this. Like since that video, they're talking about my Moses, Odysseus, or Abraham and Nasir video. Like I'm probably going to turn it into a little bit of a series. I don't want to milk it too much, but like it is very fun for me. I could look into that. I could look into Zarathustra meeting Krishna. I have one plan, but I'm keeping it on the down low. It might be like a month away or something. There's a lot of stuff that I need to work through. Okay, still going to be a behemoth video, or moved on to other projects. For the moment, I moved on to other projects. I was very, very close to making that behemoth video, like after the Leviathan video. Like for people that don't know, Leviathan, behemoth are in the Bible. They're these kind of mythical creatures. They're like really some of the only mythical creatures besides like angels in the Bible. So like they've always been interesting to people, and there's a lot of young Earth creationists that believe that they are dinosaurs. You know, they believe that they're dinosaurs and stuff. So I was very close to making a video on Behemoth. The thing is, Behemoth has a little less scholarship to read about and talk about than Leviathan. So like I wanted to like be able to fill a whole video, and it just kind of felt like there wasn't much for me to talk about. But I probably will bring it back. But like it's worth talking about. Like I think like part of the reason is I kind of covered Behemoth a bit in the video already. Leviathan, I mentioned because they're paired as like mythical creatures. Okay, I got a super chat from P Melling. Trey, been watching you for years. Love your work. Who is your favorite Glub Shido from the prequels? I've been paying attention to the prequel stuff. Because yeah, we have the Rats Terrell, like all the pod racers are getting a lot of attention in the prequels. I love Doug Bolt. I kind of love Doug Bolt's like Dud Bolt. I kind of love his design. Here for people that don't know, Dud Bolt. You're getting me talking about prequel stuff. I will talk about prequel stuff. I love Wat Tambor. Like I was hanging out with my friends and we were doing impressions of like Star Wars aliens. Like yeah, Dud Bolt. What's like the one like yeah, and I love Wat Tambor, like the Techno Union Army. It just like it hits like a part, like George Lucas's Star Wars aliens like hit a part of your brain that just is like so funny. Like there's just something about them that is just fun to like talk about. And like who is this guy? Like yeah, this guy. Like there's so many fun little Star Wars aliens. Like yeah, I'd say like some of the pod racers. Gastrano, what is his name? Like the one with the arms. Star Wars, like yeah, what is his name? Gascano. Like I like this guy with the arms. His little spindly arms. Like yeah, this guy Gascano. Like he's a favorite little Glub Shido. I'm sure if I had some stuff, I would have a bit more Glub Shidos to talk about. But let's see. Yeah, people are talking about Glub Shidos. I'm sorry I'm so behind on a lot of stuff. Like yeah, I wish I was responding to messages as they turn me. I'm just getting buried here, and I hope I can cover all the super chats, especially people that are paying. Okay, there's a great, awesome super chat. Oh my gosh, Empress Flora, like thank you so much for the super chat. That's awesome. Are you going to any cons to host panels or meet and greets? Okay, I've only recently started going to cons. Like I went to Dragon Con last year, and I went to Comic-Con last year as well. In New York. Like when I was staying in New York, and I went to the Comic-Con, and it was funny. Like one of my friends, I met them there. Like we like kind of like dated and stuff, but we moved apart. They moved to New York, so I knew we were probably going to see each other. And it was really funny where I was at Comic-Con and I just like ran into them. I was at Comic-Con alone because I wanted to see George R. R. Martin, and I just like ran into them. We just like hung out for the rest of the day. And they're a journalist, and they were talking about like, so you like paid to be here? And I was like, yeah, like is that not what people do? And and they're like, you have like 1 million subscribers. You know, you could like host a panel here or get in for free if you wanted to. And I was like, oh, I did not know. I did not know that. So like, I might try to do that more often. Like, that's the thing is, I could host a panel or something. Like, it would be really fun to do like a live Trey the Explainer thing. Like do like basically like a video live where I show off my research. But in like early, like to fans early. I would definitely do meet and greets because I also went to Furry Week in Atlanta recently. So I'm starting to go to cons. Like they're a bit of work, a bit of money to go to. I love meeting fans. Like at Furry Week in Atlanta, it was really funny where I was recognized like a lot at Furry Week in Atlanta. A lot of people recognize me from YouTube and from my Twitter and stuff. Like I love meeting fans, and so far I've always had positive interactions. Thankfully, like I'm very lucky. I've had very nice positive interactions with my fans, so that rocks. So I would love to do more fan meet and greets at the very least. Maybe a panel would be cool. Like this is nice for me. I'm getting what's it called? Able to do live stuff, which is very fun. I'm feeling comfortable with it, which is nice. Because I used to be so nervous doing YouTube stuff. Celebrity crush is really funny. Oh my gosh. So let me think about my celebrity crushes. I really like. I'm so nerding out here. I really like the Garden brothers, the brothers from the band The Garden. I think they're really cute. Let me pull up a picture of Wyatt and Fletcher Sears. Like I think they're cool. Like I think they're really cool. Like their style is really cool, and I think they're kind of pretty. I know they're like I don't think they're queer at all or anything, but I just find them kind of cute. Like I don't know, with the long hair. Like I like the long hair. I kind of like the punk like bad boy look. It's kind of fun. Oh, they look a little goofy there. They're like some of these are like like this era with like the long hair. Like oh yeah, that's cute. I hate how like I met them once. I was at a what's it called music festival, and they were just walking in. They just like walked in. And I like we locked eyes, like, and like they just looked at me and then just like carried on. And it was like I was like, oh, it was one of the first celebrities I like ever met, one of the few celebrities I've ever met. And I was like, oh my god, they're just like walking here, and they're just like casually walking through the music festival. I was like, whoa. But other celebrity crushes, like I don't know, Timothy Chalamet. Like I think he's kind of cute. Like let me think. Was it Hayden Christensen? I think Hayden Christensen was a handsome guy growing up. I like women too. Let me think of like female crushes that I have. Pet Shop Boys if they had hair. Like yeah, let me think. Like there's some like David Bowie. I think David Bowie was kind of cool. Like I liked his style and stuff. Gosh, you put me on the spot. Like, yeah, what were my celebrity crushes? Um, yeah. Oh, Kate Bush. Kate Bush is a celebrity crush of mine. Kate Bush. You want to see Kate Bush? Like, I'm kind of like they're like I'm kind of the point where like my crushes are also people who I kind of want to look like. Like I don't know if that's a little weird, but like you kind of like I kind of want to like look like a lot of these people too. I'm like, wow, like they're very pretty. Kate Bush. Yeah, I think Kate Bush is so gorgeous. Oh my goodness. This is such a funny topic for me to talk about on stream here. Yeah, Kate Bush, very, very beautiful woman. Oh my goodness. Also super, super talented. Like super skilled and talented, where she just like was a real true artist. She still makes music. I'm talking in the past tense, but she makes like beautiful music, and then just like she was an artist with the music videos and stuff, and then she just has this beautiful, beautiful hair. Like oh my goodness. Babushka, yeah, like she's fun. It's funny that what's his name? Rocky's not into Kate Bush. Like I would have wished that JoJo had some Kate Bush references. Favorite ancient civilizations. I love the Minoans. I love Hellenistic Greece and classical Greece. More obscure civilizations. The Indus River Valley is pretty cool one. Pretty cool civilization where we don't know much about them, but they have cool art. Like oh gosh, I love like um Nahua is the culture. Nahuatl is the language. Like Mesoamerican, I like Mesoamerican like cultures a lot. Cahokia, like the like Mississippian culture is really cool. Persians are cool. Assyrians, like you're talking about like Ashurbanipal and stuff. Like they just have cool art style. Minoan's one of them. Like I really think like Minoan fashion, Minoan like religion, Minoan art is just so pretty, and just like Crete looks like a very beautiful like location. Like they're probably a favorite of mine. If like I could go back, I would go back. Oh, Egypt is cool. Let's see. Opinions on the Bronze Age collapse. Like, I'm gonna get canceled for my opinions on the Bronze Age collapse here. Like a really cool period of ancient history. Do you think all the sea peoples are Greek? Probably not. The sea peoples were probably not all Greek. There's probably a mix of cultures in there. Like we know that, like, okay, the only ones that have been positively correlated with like an existing culture, like that's the thing, is like they were never called the sea peoples. They were called the Pelesset, the Shardana, Shekelesh. Like there are all these tribes that like we don't really know what they're who they became, or if they became anyone at all. Like all we have is like the Pelesset, and the Pelesset were turned into the Philistines, and we know that the from their art and their language that the Philistines were Greek in origin, they're probably Mycenaean or something like that. People have said that the Sardana or might be from Sardinia. Like there's a corruption of the language, but like it hasn't been super fleshed out. So like the sea people might have been from many different regions for all we know. Thank you for complimenting my hair. Thank you for the super chat and for complimenting my hair. Thank you so much. Alexander Feistin funeral video. I would talk about it. Like if I ever do a video of Alexander the Great and Feistin, I'd have to talk about the funeral because it's such a crazy thing. All the money that was spent on the funeral. Emily Wilson trolls video. You are reading my mind. I'm working on a video related to that. We'll see if I actually make it. This is the thing, you get all these ideas for videos and you work on them, and then like you just get busy with other projects. But yeah, you're reading my mind here. See a cat tree. Can you show us the cat? My cat is unfortunately not living with me yet. She's probably going to be living with me in a week. I just moved in here, so it's a lot of work. Also, Majora Z, it's great to see you, man. I've met Majora Z, so some of these people are people I've actually met in real life. So it's great seeing you, Majora Z. Also super knowledgeable guy. Super knowledgeable. Okay, okay, thank you for the super chat, Ben. Do you think you could do a video on Zarathustra? Could have met Krishna, protagonist of the Bhagavad Gita. I've talked about this. Like, I will look into it. Like, I'm not super familiar with Asian history. Like, Asian history is a bit of a blind spot for me culturally. Like, I wish I knew more about Chinese history. I wish I knew more about Indian history. I've tried. Like, I've read the Mahabharata, and like the Bhagavad Gita is inside the Mahabharata. Like I've read bits of it, you know. I've read a big chunk of the beginning, and then like bits and pieces of the philosophy in the Mahabharata, or the Bhagavad Gita. And it, like, I need to put more effort into it, because like, especially with Chinese history in particular, a lot of the dynasties will blend together, and like Chinese, like people that are familiar with Chinese history will agree with you that it kind of blurs. Like it's hard to see that there's distinct era. Like the eras kind of blend and stuff. You have like the Mongols and everything, you know, but it's I need to learn more about it is the thing. It's a blind spot for me. I know so much about Greek history and the history of the Mediterranean, and then the history of North and South America. I don't know that much about Asia history, so I'll look into it. Thank you so much for the super chat, though. Yeah, I guess you've seen me with my glasses. I do wear glasses. I wear contacts right now, but I do wear glasses. Maybe if this goes well, I'll wear glasses next stream if you want me to. You look like you're from Knossos. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I do look. That's intentional. I kind of model myself on Minoans. Like the Prince of Lilies. Prince of Lilies. Is like this famous fresco from Knossos, ancient Bronze Age fresco from the city of Knossos. I've like he's like this image. First of all, I've kind of since learned that this image is kind of BS. Like uh, when Sir Arthur Evans discovered Knossos, like, and he reconstructed a lot of stuff. A lot of this is guesswork. A lot of his reconstructions of the paintings are kind of a little BS. I've seen a lot of historians like talk about that, where like this, I think this crown might not be accurate or might not belong to even this person. Like it might be from a different fresco that he's merged. But yeah, Prince of Lilies is like a huge inspiration. I love the like pose and just like how he's like he's skinny. He's got that like cinched in waist that I like. Minoan men are like, who knows if they looked anything like this, but they love the wasp waist, the bee waist, and the long flowy hair like Minoan men. If you see like the Pylos agate, you'll see another example of this where you see Minoan men just like wore this beautifully gorgeous long hair, and they were just like had these skinny itty bitty waists. Like I look like this, and I like that I look like that. So thank you so much. Okay, thank you for the super chat. Oh, Emperor Tiger Star, hey, it's good to see you. Next race should be a shorter north to south race from New Orleans to Minneapolis. I would love to. I've never been to New Orleans or Minneapolis. I have friends in Minneapolis. I would love the food and culture in New Orleans. I know that it's a very unique city in the United States, New Orleans. Yeah, I would love to. Thank you for the super chat, Emperor Tiger Star. It's so great to see you. Super Tiger Star, everybody. Super Tiger Star. Emperor Tiger Star, he's awesome. He makes these awesome map history videos. He made one for my Steel Ball Run route where he took it day by day and reconstructed my race route. So that's awesome. And he was using my notes. Like I like had to consult, like he reached out to me and I like had to consult my notebook, like where I was on any particular day. How are you so pretty? Thank you for the super chat, Daniel. Burrito. Thank you so much. A lot of it's genetics. I'm just very lucky and do a little bit of working out. I don't work out as much as I wish. You can see I'm skinny. But thank you. Yeah. I try to look pretty. I like looking androgynous and like attractive and stuff. It's fun. I'm taking off my hat for a second here. Let's see. Another super chat from Gwyn Quinpedia. Thank you so much. Have you read JoJolion or JoJo Lands? And if so, what do you think? So I've read JoJolion and I'm reading JoJo Lands. Like I think I'm a chapter behind now. I need to catch up. JoJolion is fun. It's a little unfocused. I think it's a little unfocused. So I think Araki needed to I don't know. I think some people like JoJolion's very controversial where I think Araki like kind of didn't know what he was doing and it was unfocused. And then like I think a problem is the villain was pretty weak. Because that's the thing is he's done a kind of unfocused slice of life thing before with Part 4. But like the thing is like Kira Yoshikage is such a compelling villain that like and like also it's not as meandering as JoJolion. JoJolion's pretty meandering. I hate to be so stern on JoJo, like so mean on JoJolion. It's a little meandering and things, like you're like, what's going on here? But there's some fun stuff. Like the Calamity stuff is pretty exciting and interesting. So yeah. But and JoJo Lands is off to an interesting start too. I'm interested to see where Rocky goes with some of the characters, especially like Rocky's like he's like woke now. Like he like and I'm saying woke in a positive sense. Like he's having like his characters be openly bisexual and addressing like what that's like in the United States, like where like you have to worry about parents hating you in conversion therapy, but also like gender stuff with Dragona. Like I'm very intrigued with where the story's going, like with that kind of stuff. So we'll see. I like the Hawaii. Like that's the thing. I was in Hawaii. I have a friend that lives in Hawaii, and I visited him not too long ago. And we were like visiting the JoJo Lands locations. I was like, we need to go to the courthouse or whatever, this government building. I want to see the JoJo Lands building. Kamehameha, like high school, like the high school that Jodio and Dragona goes to. It's funny. Thank you, Heartman. More paleo stuff, please. I'll try to do more paleo stuff. I know people like it. Paleontology is exciting. My interests have kind of shifted a little bit since when I started doing YouTube. Let's see. You mentioned Bioshock Infinite in your Spinosaurus video. Gosh, that's so long ago. That's like 10 years ago. That's over 10 years ago, probably. It was fresh then. Like Bioshock Infinite came out in 2015 or 14, something like that. Hey, I'm in Marseille. What the fuck? Oh, sorry. I was reading the comment. Don't get angry at me. I try to keep this PG-13. It's good to see you. Thank you. I have French fans. That's awesome. I did not mean to four-letter word there. Oh my goodness. My bad. Why bother digging when you can just do Schliemann? There's a big reason for why you don't just do a Schliemann in archaeology. So much of archaeology is dependent on what layer you find the thing in, and that's why like with Schliemann it's a huge shame, because I was talking about like I was doing a video on like the historical Troy recently, Hisarlik, Wilusa, Wilios, and it is like a huge shame that we don't know that much about the destruction. So here's the thing. Schliemann excavated Hisarlik. He accurately intuited that it's Troy. And he thought the destruction layer of the Trojan War dated to like so he didn't the dating methods were not that good yet. So he thought that the layer was deeper than the actual historical layer, like the 1200s BC layer that is like the destruction layer of probably the real Trojan War. He dug past that. He just like, screw that. I'm gonna dig past that and dig to Troy. I'd have to consult the chart. Troy 3 or Troy 4 or something like that, which is like an older destruction layer. That's the thing. Like Troy got destroyed multiple times. And that dates to like 1600 BC. So he like kind of destroyed that whole actual Trojan War layer and focused on this older one, which had a lot of cool stuff. It had like the treasures of Priam and the jewels and everything. That was interesting to him. But like if he had taken the time to document, this is the thing. Like archaeologists only started to do this like as a standard after like Sir Leonard Woolley, like with his excavations, where he was very careful with like keeping track of what layers which, so like what time period, like what artifacts date to which time period. So like it's a huge shame Schliemann messed up, because like there's a lot of artifacts that we have, but we don't know what time period they date to, so they don't help us. So it's a huge shame. Come to Oklahoma, Trey. I've never been to Oklahoma. Lots of Native American reservations there. Lots of I know the Comanches are there, I think, and I would love to visit Comanche reservation. See the Star House from Quanah Parker. Let's see. Talking of David Lynch, have you watched Twin Peaks? I have not watched Twin Peaks. Can you believe that? Like, it seems like I only recently started getting into David Lynch's work. Like I watched Lost Highway not too long ago, and I really liked it. It's David Lynch. Like I'm kind of like understanding like why David Lynch is known for what he's known. I'm like, wow, I couldn't tell you what was happening there, but holy cow, like that sure is David Lynch. So I'd want to watch more David Lynch. Yeah, I should. I heard that it's like right up my alley. It's kind of like, because I like the X-Files. I'm a huge X-Files fan. And I know it's kind of similar in tone to that. What U.S. state would you be most interested in when it comes to archaeology, history in general? Like that's okay. Here's the thing about North America is that before the colonial era, there are interesting sites. There are interesting like mound builder Mississippian sites, but like not too much preserves, and there's not too much to look at. Like when I went to Europe, there's so much stuff that's built of stone and rock, and you have inscriptions and stuff, and you can translate them and know the language. Like North American archaeology is a shame where we so like a lot of it is kind of like BSing, like where we don't know, like Mississippian culture, we know very little about their culture. And a lot of it is like archaeologists trying to extrapolate stuff back, and we don't know for sure. And there's no way to prove it. Like where we have an artifact and we're like, what is this? What does this represent? This falcon man, this is a falcon man with like eyeliner and like a bird wings and stuff. What does that mean? Like, is that a secret society? Is that like a religious order? Is that a warrior order? Like, it's a shame, and so it's kind of sad that we don't know that much about ancient America, ancient North America. We know a lot bit more about, and we know a lot. It's just that like we don't know the specifics. We don't know like the names of historical figures and stuff. But okay, state, like I would love to study in the Southwest, Chaco Canyon, like Chaco Canyon, ancestral Puebloan culture, really cool stuff. Which I got to see on the road trip. Very, very lucky. I loved getting to see. That was probably one of my favorite parts of the road trip, was seeing. I'll pull up some pictures. The being in Canyon de Chelly and seeing the Chaco Canyon, the ancestral Puebloan culture, which the ancestral Puebloan, they're like basically roughly equivalent to our own Middle Ages. And they built these cool rock forts in the cave wall here. I'm trying to find a good picture. Come on, you. This is Canyon de Chelly. Canyon de Chelly, gorgeous, gorgeous. One of the most prettiest places I've ever been. Here we go. So they made these big forts and canyon walls and stuff. Cool. Yeah, it'd be really cool to do archaeology here. I know it's like very sensitive though, because a lot of these cultures have living descendants, like the Hopi are their descendants. So yeah, Zuni, I think, are their descendants as well. Thank you for super chat from B Droid. Thank you for the video. Is there a loop for late night shift? I hear that a lot. A lot of people listen to myself late at night. Would you ever do a day in the life of ancient civilization like Aztec or Mayan? Oh, that'd be really cool. I would love to do something like that. I need to like do research on it. Like I read a book that was like the year in the life of an Egyptian, and that was like really, really cool for me. I thought that was so exciting. Where like, because there's things that you don't even think about. Like this is like a dorky thing about me. I tried to write a Mesoamerican historical fiction. Like a historical fiction set in pre-contact Mexico, like pre-contact Lake Texcoco Valley, with historical figures as the characters, and I'd have to make things up. It's really hard to put yourself, but like something I found that I got really hung up on when I was writing was like I was just kind of really ignorant of a lot of the culture, like and not necessarily like the history, but like the everyday life of somebody in that era. And it was very difficult for me to write, where I was like, oh gosh, like they don't use beds. Like Mesoamericans used reed mats, like mats of just reed. And that was just like they don't have chairs, they don't really have chairs. And it was just like really hard for me to like visualize like what being a person in that world would be like. So it was like it was very hard for me to write. So and it took me a lot of and I still need to do more research if I want to like pursue that. Like it just takes a lot of time too, though. But like I need to know like what foods do they eat? Like what is their average food? Like, and it was hard in a culture that doesn't use coinage, like talking about money and trading and bartering and stuff. And it's very tough. And like religion, where like we don't know a whole lot about Mesoamerican religion in certain instances. Like that's the thing, is like all our sources are conquistadors and they're in priests and stuff, and are they giving accurate information? Like is their understanding of gender roles and religious roles and sexuality and like the growth, like growing from a child to an adult, like is all their information accurate? And there's a lot of unknowns too, so it was very difficult for me to talk about. But I would love to do a video about that kind of thing. That'd be really cool. Let's see. More questions. Let's see. I got a lot of questions here. Let's see what we got. Oh, he. Somebody's doing this. Ha ha ha. You'll have to see. You'll have to wait and see. I gotta save up money. First of all, I need to like save up money and just like chill for a time. When you get so much anarchy and then you make a religion out of it. That's kind of Mormonism. Mormonism is kind of like somebody trying to grapple with the mound building civilizations. Because early Americans had to like early Americans and British people had to like deal with the fact that like there was an ancient civilization here that they don't know about, and that they were kind of distinct from the living Native Americans that they were encountering. So it was like it was something that they had grappled with, and that's where like you get the theories of like that they were like Israelites, like these were built by ancient Israelites and stuff. Um, I have read The Conquest of New Spain by Bernal Diaz. Bernal Diaz, like his let me wet my whistle here. Oh my gosh. His history of the conquest of Mexico, of the Aztec Empire, is absolutely fascinating. He's got a very interesting writing style. I know I'm reading like a translation. I don't speak Castilian Spanish, like, but he's such an interesting historical figure to be writing this too, where he participated in the destruction of like one of the most beautiful cities on the earth at that time. And he has to grapple with it. And he's sensitive at times. Like he talks about like how like it's so sad that like he recognizes that there's a sadness in the destruction that he brought about. Um, Also, his descriptions of Tenochtitlan are just unmatched. You're learning about the gods and the statues, and you see it, and like it's stuff that didn't survive. Like we don't have any modern living examples of a lot of the stuff he describes. But yeah, it's great stuff. I would recommend if you want to get into. I love a lot of conquistador history. Huge fan. Possum. Everybody loves possum. I love possum. I love bringing up possum. This is a little old. Bucephalus. I'll be a Greek history nerd and pronounce it Bucephalus. Um, let's see. What's this? Wait, does this mean that Possum might appear as a horse girl in the alternate universe version of the anime? Possum, okay, Possum's a guy. He's a male horse. But yeah, he could show up in the horse girl anime. I gotta make the family tree because I tracked down Possum's family tree for that Targaryen incest video that I made. Something like it's so funny for me to like talk about that. And yeah, like I have his family tree. I guess gotta like find the character that they're referring to because I haven't watched that anime, so I'd have to get into it. A lot of people are talking about horses here. I'm from Europe. I'm very confused. Is every Southern family meant to have a horse? No. Okay, I'm Southern. I'm from the peach state of Georgia, and I've never owned a horse. I was very close to owning a horse, but I'm not country enough. Like I lived in a suburb, of a major city. I never owned a horse, but I worked on a farm. Like when I went to college, I worked on a farm near the college because it was more out in the country. Most Americans do not have a horse, and most people in the South, like live in like suburbs or in the urban sprawl that makes up most of North America east of the Mississippi. Most people don't own horses. That's really funny. I like that. But I almost did own a horse. Like I am like kind of an exception where I almost was given Possum for basically free, but I just realized I couldn't own him. It's too expensive. It's very expensive to own a horse, and you have to watch. You have to like ride them near like a lot because they'll get stale. They need exercise. Um, Here, I'll put on Possum here. Here's Possum. I love Possum, my boy. There he is. Yeah, you can see his like creepy eye hole, his spooky eye hole, and it doesn't inhibit him at all. He's able to ride around a track and stuff, and ride in the forest. Yeah, he's cool. I meet a lot of one-eyed animals and one-eyed people. Like my next door neighbor now is a one-eyed old man with like a cool eye patch. Um, let's see. Hope we get more Moses Odysseus content. Yeah, that's the thing. Like that's the thing is like I get an idea for a video and I don't know if it's gonna perform well, and I want to make more of it, but like it kind of has to perform well for me to make more of it. So like I'm very happy that the Moses Odysseus video like performed so well, and I'm able to make a living off of it, and it's feeding me for the month. So I will make more. I will. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I love being me. People ask me about my gender, and I'm just like, I, you know, I'm figuring that out. I'm like kind of, like you could call me whatever. I just kind of love being like this kind of androgynous either or kind of thing. Have you visited many countries? So I visited a couple countries. I've been to Canada when I was like a kid. I've been to Mexico when I was a kid. Um, I did archaeology in Poland. Very beautiful country, really really kind people. Um, Bad food though. I'm not a huge fan of Polish food, but beautiful, gorgeous, gorgeous. I would love to go back to Poland. I've been to Greece. I love Greece. Greece is probably one of my most favorite places to be in the whole world. Like I just love Greek culture. I kind of like Greek food. I love Greek food. And then just I love the geography and the history of the region. And then I've been to Italy. I loved Italy too. Italy is a very beautiful country too, and I want to go back. I want to see more of it. But like, yeah, I want to go to like. There's a whole bunch of countries I want to go to. But Greece is my favorite by far. Um, Greetings from Brazil. Hey, I got Brazil fans. It's really cool to have fans like all over the world. Like that is crazy to have cool fans. Oh my gosh. Let's see. I'm catching up. Okay, we got another super chat here. I want to take care of the super chats first because people are like paying for it. Okay, Daniel Burrito. I like how I'm trying to say burrito. Like I'm like woke. Thank you for the super chat. How excited are you for Nolan's The Odyssey? It's kind of funny that I'm actually pretty dang excited for Nolan's Odyssey. As much as there's been like drama and controversy, like at first I kind of really wasn't excited for the Nolan Odyssey movie, because I saw the stills of the armor and I still hate the armor. I still really don't like the aesthetic of the movie for the most part. Um, but people are talking about pierogies are very good. Okay, there are some Polish food that is really good, but like I had that like gelatin meat in Poland. I like was being adventurous. I had the gelatin meat. It was awful. I like wanted to throw up. I'm sorry. But there were some really good meals for. Okay, Nolan's Odyssey. I really still don't like the aesthetic of the movie. I wish they went with more colorful, more Bronze Age instead of like. It looks like it's just so blah. It's such a gray. I don't know, boring. The armor's ugly. It looks like something out of like Dune or something like that, but like kind of an uninspired, like I don't know. I don't like the aesthetic, but I'm very like I really want to see the magical elements of the movie. Like I want to see that Cyclops scene. That Cyclops scene is probably going to be really freaking cool because I know that it was done practically, apparently, and from what I've seen, it's like a cool, like it's like a guy, like, he's like picking people up, Polyphemus. I want to see the sirens. I want to see Scylla and Charybdis. I really want to see Scylla. I hope Nolan didn't skimp out on Scylla because Scylla is really cool in Greek mythology. Like, can I get a picture of like a vase painting of Scylla, where she's got the dog? Like that's the thing is like Scylla in ancient Greek mythology has like dog, like it's like she has like dogs like coming out of her. Scylla, for people who don't know, like she's like one of the monsters that's in like the Rock and the Hard Place. And she has like these like dogs, like these classical depictions of Scylla with the dog. I've seen this exact vase in real life. It's from one of my favorite museums. Yeah, like I want to see his like creatures in the movie. Like that's kind of what I'm most excited for, the fantastical elements. But like you're right that like I'm from what I've seen, I'm not the biggest like I want to see the underworld. I want to see like what gets adapted because I love seeing adaptations of historical stuff or ancient stuff. So I just want to see it adapted just to have an opinion on it. Like, wow, was that cool? Is that lame? I'm just excited to see it in general. We got Carmine here. Hi, Carmine. It's great to see you. Carmine's one of my buddies. But yeah, I'm excited to see the Nolan Odyssey. I'm not like because there's so much controversy. Like okay, part of it is like the fact that there's like people trying to make like this like culture war conservative right wing backlash against it for basically no reason. Like there's really no reason to hate Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey right now. Like it's like it looks like a kind of action movie. Like it's weird, and like that like conservative backlash has made me kind of almost like more interested in seeing the movie, just to see if it's like as bad as people are like. If we're gonna look back and be like, wow, people got upset over this, that's stupid. Imagine hotboxing with the Scythians. Oh my gosh, yeah, this is true. The Scythians were a culture and classical, like that classical Greeks were aware of, horse lords, and we know from Herodotus that they seem to have smoked weed. They seem to have hotboxed inside their tents. Let's see what else we got. I need to catch up with super chats here. Okay, China. Somebody's giving me history of Chinese history. Is it true that you're 40? This is funny. Is it true that you're 45? There is a like, if you Google me, sometimes it will say that Trey the Explainer is 45 years old. I am, as much as I would like to look at like this at 45, I am not 45 years old. Take like 20 years off of that, and that's me. That's me. So yeah, I'm like in my mid to late 20s. I'm figuring out life, dealing with stuff growing up. So oh, it's good to talk to you, Joshless. Hey, Joshless is on my Patreon. And on Twitter. I talk to him a lot. He's a cool guy, cool fan. Thank you. I love your. Thank you. I almost said I love your videos too. Thank you. Thank you for calling me gorgeous. I try. It's taken a long time for me to like how I look. For the longest time, I didn't like how I looked, and so now you figure it out. You figure out like yeah, I like feeling pretty. JoJo is a Rocky kind of going crazy. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Trey. You kick ass. Thank you. Let's see. Somebody asking about did Jesus meet Judas? That's a funny video idea. Like, oh gosh, if I ever make a video about like historical Jesus, there's just so much to talk about. Like that's the thing, is like with Moses or Abraham or something like that, there's unfortunately not that much to talk about, because like a lot of it is unfortunately it's not historically based, like it's not backed up by any type of archaeology or anything. So like you have to rely on like, well, like Moses, like the argument, like that's the thing, is the arguments for when Moses existed or when Abraham existed is very simple. It's like, well, like we don't have any evidence that this historical person existed, but like in Abraham's case, like the city he's from existed, and like you could say that a guy was from that city named Abraham, and he became like this progenitor of all these people. Like you're like, yeah, like there's not much to talk about, and that's like easy. That's kind of easy for me to research, because like it's a simple, the arguments very quickly, that the argument of this date for this character is based on this. Like that's like what I found like with Moses in particular, that we were just like, you're like, wow, like the only reason we think Moses existed at this time period is because of a single line in was it First Chronicles or First Kings or something, that's like he was this distance from the temple construction. That's it. That's really it. You have like the Jephthah thing or whatever. You have like the generations thing, but like you really don't have much information on when Moses would have existed. You just have like this kind of vague plus or minus. But then you also have like the Pi Ramses thing. And that's simple. That's very simple. You have that's a kind of quicker discussion. Jesus there's so much scholarship and there's so much nuance to like the New Testament and the Gospels, but also like Josephus and everything. It'd take a lot of work. and a lot of nuance. I'd have to be very like careful. Have you ever watched UK TV show Time Team? I have not. Is that the one with the little cartoon guys? No. What is this? Is this like an archaeology show? British team specialized digging uncover 3 days archaeology history. Oh, that's pretty fun. Sounds pretty fun. It's like an archaeology TV show. That's cool. If it's like real archaeology, like that's the thing. There's a lot of bad look, I have my horse here. There's a lot of bad archaeology TV shows on TV. And so I would love one that's like actually archaeology. Like that'd be really cool. Like, I don't know. I think of like Oak Island, or there was this show called Diggers. What is it? Diggers show. And it kind of like, maybe not, maybe it's a different show. What is it? It was like a American Digger. Yeah, this show. We watched this show in my archaeology class to kind of make fun of it, because it's kind of like, it's like schlock. It's kind of like let me show American Diggers. American Diggers. I like this guy. He's like, hey boy, I'm American Digger. Okay, I kind of supporting it. USA, like it's like this is such bad archaeology here. Like there's like, yeah, this is the scene we watched on TV or in class, where he was like, they want like this guy comes out with like a gun, and he's like, why are you doing excavations on my property? And they're like, we need the Civil War artifacts. They get like a backhoe and just like start destroying the site. And like in archaeology, you don't, like, I don't think you use a backhoe ever. Like maybe to like break sidewalk or something like that, but they have like a backhoe like that's like digging up stuff, and it's gonna quickly, everything's gonna get mixed up in the layers. Like this shows a good example of what not to do in archaeology. Like this is bad archaeology. From what I've seen, this is awful. Like this is amateur. This is some guy. This is not like actual archaeologists. I don't think this guy has any formal training. And of course they can't touch Native American stuff. Like I have to watch the show, but as far as I know, like it's all like post-colonial archaeology. Because once in America, archaeology in America is very sensitive because of Native American, like the history of Native Americans with the United States government and Americans in general. And so like that's the thing, is in America, once you find human remains, the government has to take over. Like that's just the law. It's the NAGPRA law, is the government has to take over whenever Native American remains are involved. So like I think they don't do much yeah. So that's Diggers. But yeah, that's this. I'll have to watch this Time Team show. It looks kind of good. What is your hair routine? I talk about my hair routine. I don't have much of a hair routine. It's just me. Like I let it air dry. Like I think I just got lucky with very, very naturally hair, very curly hair. Let's see. How are you doing? I'm doing well. This has been very fun. I was very nervous about this, and it's kind of gone. I felt so much more comfortable in it than I thought I was going to be. I was nervous, like I was going to be boring. Like I was worried that I was going to be like be quiet for a lot of this recording. Is that JD Vance? I know. I got the eyeliner. Hopefully, I'm more attractive than JD Vance. Do you like to dance or go to clubs? Any genre in particular you like? I try to from time to time. Like I like dancing. It's just like I don't like a lot of modern music. Like if you can get me dancing, if it's like 70s or 80s music, I will be like I will just start dancing. I love that kind of stuff. Like let's groove tonight, dude. Like Earth, Wind and Fire. Like I don't know if it's music like a Rocky's music, like the music in JoJo, like that is the inspiration. Like I love it. Like I would love. I wish part of me kind of wishes I was alive in like the 80s or the 90s or the 70s, where you just have like boogie feet, night fever. Like I don't know, you're dancing. Like I don't know, I don't like too much modern music is my problem. Like yeah. I wish I did, but I try to get out. I try to get out more often. Majora Z. Majority. I knew Majority Z would have. Okay, beds were a thing. They're just rarely mentioned. Okay, I just know about the read mat stuff, and it was like difficult for me. Majority Z's incredibly knowledgeable guy. Oh my goodness. Okay. Recent reads you recommend? Okay, I have like a list that I have like a list of books that like are my go-to reading list. Let's see. I really liked. Let me think. I'm looking at my list right here of like what I've read. Sea People is a really great history book. It's kind of about it's not about the sea people of like the Mediterranean. It's about Polynesians, so like Pacific Islanders. And it's a really, really very compellingly told history of the study of Pacific Islanders, like how like the mystery of that people had of like how did they get to these islands and whatever, and then finding out that like they this is all knowledge that is passed down and stuff. Great book, great history book, very compellingly told. She's a good writer. Let's see. Last Ride of the Pony Express. I meant to kind of bring this up. Last Ride of the Pony Express is a book that I read after my Steel Ball run. It's funny that this is like a Steel Ball run based live stream, but I've kind of moved on from talking about Steel Ball Run. This is a book written by what's his name? Let's see, Will Grant. And it's a guy he's like a journalist. He attempts to do the Pony Express route by himself with 2 horses in the modern day. And it was fascinating because it's like, how do you even do that? Like how you go about doing that? Like how do you take care of your horse? Where do you sleep? What do you eat? And it was it's very like interesting and compelling. Lots of cool information. And it made me realize like doing the Steel Ball Run in real life, it would be like a nightmare with a horse, because a lot of people are complaining that I used a car and not a horse. And it's so much work. Because like Steel Ball Run, you can't use 2 horses. You have to use 1 horse. And he had to use 2 horses. And this took him like 100 days or something. This took him the entire summer to get from St. Joseph, Missouri to Sacramento, California, which is like half. That's half of the Steel Ball Run. It took him like half the year. It took him the whole summer to do that, and it was dangerous. His horses almost broke legs. Like he was drinking mud and stuff. It's a very cool book. This is a cool book about a cool story, and he has got cool photos of it and stuff. And it just made me like be like, wow, like doing the Steel Ball Run legit is very hard in the United States, because the infrastructure is not there, unfortunately. And like a lot of times, like he's like, yeah, like you just have to like show up at people's houses in the middle of nowhere and like ask them, can I sleep in your barn tonight? Can I put my horse here? Do you have feed? It's pretty compelling stuff. Let's see. Longtime subscriber, who is the long-haired androgynous into all things of the world? Watching Steel Ball Run blew my mind. I relate more to the Trey explain than I ever knew. Keep living your truth. Cute furry. Visit Red Letter Media sites. Thank you for the super chat. And well, thank you. Yeah, I did visit some Red Letter Media sites. Let me see if I can find some pictures of my Red Letter Media sites. Here we go. I like Red Letter Media. I think they're pretty fun. They're fun guys. This is the storefront of the VHS store. I track these down. So this is not an actual VHS store, and they don't film half in the bag or whatever inside this building. They just used it as a placeholder. But yeah, I think it's really funny that I like found it. I was like, oh my god, it's the VHS it's the VHS place. And then let me see, can I find and then I got the Plinkett house. Here's me in front of the Plinkett house. I thought that was so much fun. Here we go. Look, I'm wearing the same hat. Look at this. Look at me smiling. So like, yeah, this is Mr. Plinkett's house has been gentrified. Like this is a nice area now. Like when they shot those establishing shots for the show, that was like many years. That was probably like 10 years ago, 15 years ago. And this was kind of like a little rundown. I think this house was abandoned at the time. And now it's like gentrified. It's like Plinkett is living in a classy Milwaukee neighborhood. Like, yeah, here's what it looked like when they shot the Plinkett establishing shot. Here we go. Yeah. And I think this was abandoned at the time they were filming that stuff. And then here's the VHS warehouse, VHS repair shop. There you go. There's me. There's me with yeah, yeah. My hair was getting greasy by then. So let's see. There's a lot of cool stuff. Like, is there anything fun for me cool to talk about with the road trip? Like, I wish there's so much stuff I wish I could have talked about. Like, there was a lot of stuff that had to be cut for time because like it was hard to synthesize like all the footage and all the pictures into like something that's coherent. And so there was a lot of stuff that was like cut out of the video that I wish I had talked about. Like at one point I drove to Colorado Springs and tried to and ended up at like a bug museum and like saw a whole bunch of like bugs. This was in like the middle of nowhere too. Like there's just I did so much in a very short amount of time. Like I saw these like crazy bugs. This is just on the side of the road. Like I was like, oh, I want to do something to busy myself today. I guess I'll see this bug museum. I was like the unemployed friend. You know, like how there's that joke about like your unemployed friend on a Thursday, and it's like them like doing some like crazy adventure. Like that was like I lived that for a little while, where I was just like in these crazy locations. Like I was just in the middle of nowhere. And just like I'd have I'm not I'm like I can't drive, so let's just like see let's see what's out there. Like it was very fun. Like it was so fun to be like, let's see what's out there. Like let me see what I can do to fill my day. There's my car. Like this is where I stayed the night for a day. Very spooky. I did not like this. This was out in the middle of nowhere on the Great Plains. Like yeah, and there were so many like local. Like, look at this beautiful hood ornament. There were so many local museums that like I was like, yeah, I'll show up there. This is my good hair day. I was having a good hair day here. This was funny where like I was looking very feminine. Like I was looking very feminine at this is the Sod House Museum, and the owner, it was a lady named Julie, and I had like eyeliner on. Look at my good wings. I have very good wings there. And she was, and so look at this, yeah. And she was so kind. Like the thing is, like what I learned is people in Kansas are legitimately very like the nicest people you'll ever meet. Like I thought it was a stereotype. I thought it was made up. But people in Kansas are like Ma and Pa Kent. Like they literally will be like so kind to you. And like I was kind of expecting this woman to be like, I don't know. I've lived in Georgia, and like if you wear makeup and look feminine and stuff, people kind of treat you different. People kind of will be kind of rude or whatever. And this woman did not phase her at all. I was like this. I was the one person at the Sod House Museum. I was the first person to be there in like a week, and I came in there and I like looked like this like feminine. I definitely looked like I was from out of town, and she was just like genuinely so kind and very nice, and just like it didn't phase her at all. Yeah, like it didn't phase her in the slightest. So it was a really sweet moment for me. And then like it was funny at the motel that I stayed at, like this motel, the owner. He called it. He was nice to me too. He called it. I was his one tenant for the night. I was his one tenant. The Miles Court owner of the shout out to the owner of the Miles Court. He called it. He's like, if you want pop, go to the soda machine or go to the pop machine. And there's a pop machine outside your room. And I was like, pop? I was like, what? And I was like, oh, like soda. Like I've always heard it called soda. Like and so it was really funny to hear somebody call it pop. Like I don't know, these things that you notice when you travel the country to these strange lands. This was a very fun. This was a very surreal night where I didn't have dinner, so I was just eating Cheez-Its. I was just eating Cheez-Its, and like I was sitting in this motel on this empty, dead town, ghost town on like at the start of the plains, and I just saw like cars driving past me. There was a lot of like surreal moments in this. Like yeah, I started wandering around the town and like looked at their laundry mat and stuff. Look, there's me. Look at me. I got my little stubble. I hated my little stubble. Like I hated when my hair got greasy and I got like stubble. Let's see. Okay, let me resume. Let me resume super chats. let's see. We got another super chat here. Okay, super chat from Paulo Daulo. Thank you so much for the super chat. Last time I visited America, it was mostly horses. Oh my gosh, it's been a very long time. I don't know. Horses are not native to North America, or they are native. Sorry, they are native to the Americas, but then they became extinct during the Ice Age, and then we had to reintroduce them back. That's funny. That's funny. Let's see. The Scythians would make a gender ambiguous priest joke. Would make you a gender ambiguous priest. Such joke. Yes, we do know this about Scythians. Scythians had interesting. They seem to have had interesting views of gender. I know that like a lot of those horse cultures, we have burial mounds like kurgans from them, and you will find women warriors with like kind of masculine clothing and masculine accoutrement, like what is it, like that masculine objects that they're buried with that are typically only masculine. This has led to theories, and I think there's probably some like historical, like literary sources that kind of back this up, that there were like like Scythians or horse cultures had like a third gender or something like that, where a woman could take on a more masculine role, or where a man could take on a more feminine role. I know Plains Indians had this as well. Plains, like I know like the Sioux, Dakota or Lakota, they had like almost like transgender priestesses and stuff like that. And you hear them mentioned in like historical accounts. Yeah, it's interesting looking at other cultures' views of gender and stuff, where it's not as binary. But you don't typically get to learn about it as much. Okay, let's see. Hello, thank you. I love your analysis, your trial. Do you happen to like the artist Jane Remover? I do like Jane Remover. I get Jane Remover comparisons a lot. Here, I'm gonna mute for a second. There's a Sorry. You can still hear it. I didn't want to like blow out your ears with the police siren. Yes, I get comparisons to Jane Remover all the time. I think less now that they have red hair, but I started listening to a little bit of their music. I like a little bit of their music. They're not my it's not 100% my style, but I'll listen to some of their stuff. But yeah, it's funny. It's a huge compliment when I get compared to Jane Remover, because I think they're pretty cool. Let's see. Okay, another super chat from Paulo. Would you ever do research in Japan, like for Kurosawa? Maybe. I like Kurosawa movies. I need to watch more Kurosawa films. I've seen Ron. I've seen Hidden Fortress, right? The one that's like Star Wars is kind of based on. Well, not kind of. It kind of is inspired, like directly ripping off in a lot of ways. I like Kurosawa movies. I should watch more. I do want to visit Japan. It's just a long way. It's a long way, and yeah, and like a lot of people my age, like in my generation, really want to go to Japan. Like they love Japan. They're like, Japan is, what do they call it? They call it Wakanda for white people. Like I do want to go to Japan. It's not as on the top of the list, because like I wish I knew more about Japanese culture, Japanese history. I don't know that much about Japanese history. I wish I knew a bit more. Because whenever I go to a location, I want to know the history. I want to be like, who are their historical figures? Who's like their founder? Who's like, what are their legends? What are their epic battles that happen in this country? Like, I want to know all that stuff. Like, I always like knowing a lot of background for a culture, for a country that I'm going to. So I need to do that more. Also, it's a long way. It's expensive, but I would like to do that. And I like doing the research. Like, you know me, I just love doing the crazy research, like what I did for the Steel Ball Run one, where I like hyper fixate on it. I just have to be very passionate. How do you feel phenomenal thirsting over you, Trey? It's awesome. It rocks, I guess. Like it's pretty cool. It's very good for my self-esteem. But it needs to come from yourself as well. It can't come from other people. You've got a minimum 4 first-person sources for Jesus meeting Judas. Okay. I'm gonna break your brain here. We have no first-person sources on Jesus. Like, okay, this is all the gospels, look, this could save it for another time. All the gospels are not eyewitness accounts. I know, like, even according to themselves, even according to the church tradition, 3 of them are not first person eyewitnesses. And you could say that Matthew is the tax collector and stuff. Like, that's a name that's been placed on it, but it doesn't seem like it. Like, it doesn't seem like that's the person who wrote it. But the gospels are not first person eyewitnesses. Like, the closest you can ever we have that's surviving to an eyewitness, a first person account, like written by the person that is telling the story, is like Paul, like the apostle Paul, but Paul only encountered Jesus after he was dead. But he talks about like how he encountered, like he knew people who knew Jesus, like he like had spoken to and met disciples. He doesn't name them, unfortunately, but people that were the disciples, or I think he mentions the brother of Jesus and stuff. So like he's as close as you get to like a firsthand eyewitness to the events described, but he's not he does not have eyewitness of the events, like of Jesus's life. He's not there, but he's like 1 degree separated. But yeah, this is somebody referring to like, did Jesus meet Judas kind of thing. It's interesting to talk about the gospels. I'm doing like kind of a Bible study with Preston Jacobs right now. And we're going to talk about the gospels. Gospels are fascinating. There's a lot of scholarship, and it's a lot to talk about. Yeah. The Bible has claims of eyewitness accounts, not actually actual eyewitness accounts. Like, yeah, the gospels are not eyewitness accounts. And like, I'll speak for ones that I know about, but like Gospel of Mark is not spoken in the first person. It's spoken in the third person the entire way. And I think that's the case for most of the gospels, is they're spoken in the third person. There's really no indication that the writer is the one that's the person that witnessed the events that they're describing. Like, I think even the Gospel of John, it's somebody taking dictation for somebody that had seen Jesus, for a disciple that Jesus loved. So like that's the thing with Christianity, is like you got to go and dig into the sources and what's really being said. Okay, anyways, I'm spending too much time on this question. Oh my gosh. Have you seen the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles? I have not, but I watched a video that was breaking down like how insane Indiana Jones's life was, like how like every single month of his life he was doing something crazy, which I kind of love. Like, I love the idea, the fact that like he was hanging out with Pancho Villa, he was hanging out with Lawrence of Arabia, like he was just like zipping around from place. Like, Indiana Jones's like life was like the most busiest life of all time, and he did not chill out and just like sit down. I think it's really funny. I think I should watch it because I love Indiana Jones. I'm a big Indiana Jones film fan. Let's see. There's very real archaeology to be done. Yeah, they're talking. So this is somebody talking about like that archaeology TV show. Like, yeah, America doesn't have. I should watch what I say here. America does have archaeology, but it's not like your guys' archaeology. You're not finding coins. You're not finding armor or whatever, medieval battles and everything. Like, the archaeology in America is a little bit more bare bones. You know, you're not going to find. You're like, because indigenous people, they built stuff of wood and like perishable materials that rot away, so it's kind of hard. But yeah, let's see. You went to Philly during the run, right? What place did you visit there? Okay, Philadelphia. I'm gonna be honest. Philadelphia was like an extremely stressful part of the trip. Like, I kind of didn't like Philadelphia. Was the city I liked the least, unfortunately, because people were. Look. I'm not gonna make judgments on what this is my personal experience. It was the most mean city I was in. People were mean there. Like, people were mean to me in Philadelphia. Like, I got honked at, I got fingers thrown at me, I got 3-4 letter words thrown at me. And it was just stressful. Like, it's a very stressful city to drive a car in. I'm trying to find like pictures. This is a cool picture of Philadelphia City Hall, and I don't know this building. I'm not familiar with your buildings, but yeah, like, it was kind of a stressful time. Like, also, I was picking up my friend from Tristan. I was picking up my friend Tristan from the airport, so it was kind of stressful coordinating everything because like everything relied on me. Sorry, that was music. So I didn't get much of a didn't get to see much in Philadelphia, but um I went to a lot of places. Oh my gosh, here's me. Oh my god. Here, let me find some cool stuff to actually look at. Like I went to the Philadelphia City Hall, which is a crazy gorgeous building. Oh my gosh, what a hidden gem of like the whole country. Like Philadelphia City Hall deserves more attention. Here, let me pull up a picture of the inside of Philadelphia City Hall. Like yeah, Philadelphia has some gorgeous architecture. And then I was in the historic district as well, where they have all the colonial era home. You got the Independence Hall, like that was really cool. And like that was the most crazy part. Like this is the inside of Philadelphia City Hall. You have like these really cool the marble statues, like almost like what is it neoclassical statues. Like this was kind of interesting that the pillars of the foundations of Philadelphia City Hall are being held up by the 4 different races, like I guess what they thought were the 4 different races of the world. Like you have white people, like Europeans, you have Asians, you have Asians. Where's the other ones? Then you have Native Americans, and then you have Africans. And it's like I know these are kind of like a bit of racial caricatures and stuff, but like I kind of like the idea of it, that like yes, like this building's being held up in equal parts by all these different cultures. Like that's kind of a beautiful thing, and it's also very pretty. Like I don't know, it has like depictions of animals inside. You got Ben Franklin. It's a really cool building because it's also ginormous, and it's the closest I've ever felt to like I've been to Rome, and so I've been into like the Pantheon, right? And this reminds me of the Pantheon, where you have just like this giant doorway, this giant archway that's just like ridiculously big. And you just feel like you're in like this big monument. Like yeah, it's a pretty building. This is a pretty spot of Philadelphia. And then like yeah, like it was cool being like Philadelphia was the part of the race where like it was the most real to the manga. Where like me and my friend were just like freaking out like at how accurate like the manga was in areas where we were just like, here's the funny part where here's my I hope he doesn't hate me using this photo of him. This is my buddy Tristan. This is the picture I didn't use, but like this is like a part like he in the manga. This is in like he gets this shot to a T. Like it looks exactly like this to the point. Like it had the cobblestone in the manga. Like, do I have a picture of that? It was pretty damn cool. Like I gotta say, like it was mind-blowing, like to have like a moment where I'm like, oh my gosh, like the manga author must have like Araki must have stood here and like taken a reference photo of this and then like used it in the manga. Like it was really cool to be like, this is the exact location. Like this is the Funny Valentine street corner. Like this was really cool. I thought that was so cool. Like whenever there was a moment where like I could find the exact spot where something in the manga happened, I was like, that's so freaking cool. Like that's like there nothing really beats that. Like where's the street corner in New York? Yeah, the high voltage street corner, which is near. I visited it multiple times. It's very hard to get this photo now just because Manhattan's very busy. But like I loved finding this exact spot. It was so freaking cool. Like to be like, yeah, this is the exact spot where a character stood in the story. Like that is so cool. And just people looking at you and being like, wow, look at this crazy person here doing this like weird pose. I got in trouble because I moved a trash can. I moved a trash can, and there was a guy and we were like, quick, take the picture. I'll move the trash can. It's in the way. And the guy, like in moments, a guy showed up and was like, dude, who moved this trash can? And I was like, oh, and I was like, it was me. And he was like, don't do it again. And I was like, okay. Like it was so funny because like, yeah, like, because yeah, here's the exact street corner. So like it's referencing this photo shoot from Emporio Armani. So I was like the exact spot where this model was standing. So it was fun doing her pose. I love that kind of stuff. But yeah, Philadelphia has cool stuff. I wish I had more time. Like I really wanted to go to your anthropology museum, your archaeology museum, because it has a whole bunch of really cool stuff. And I love going to archaeology museums when I'm there, when I'm in any places, and just seeing like what artifacts do you have. Um, so so yeah, I definitely want to go back to Philadelphia because I have friends that live there. I spent a lot of time in Pittsburgh, which I did really like Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is a very pretty city. Let me see if I can picture Pittsburgh. Super pretty city, Pittsburgh. Here we go. I had some really amazing friends. I still have some amazing friends in Pittsburgh. Yeah, Pittsburgh is a pretty street corner. Okay, here we go. Let's keep going. Let's see. Okay, another super chat. Here we go. Okay, would you share your music playlist with us? So yes, Empress Flora, I will. Thank you for the super chat. I will share my music playlist by the end of this. I will. Yes, okay. If you could interview any historical figure for 2 hours, who would you choose? Like, okay, I'm assuming there's not a language barrier, right? It would have to be. It would have to be maybe historical Jesus. Like you would answer so many questions, right? You would answer so many questions on like what did you really believe? Is the gospels an accurate discussion of you? You would solve so much. Or like I'd be like surgical. Like I would be clinical with who I choose because I would like want to settle historical debates. Like I would be like, okay, historical Alexander the Great. That would be fascinating to have a discussion with him. Like, why did you do what you did? Like, because a lot of history is like you want to see, is it accurate? Like, is history accurate? Because a lot of times, like, you're relying on these historical sources that are copies of copies, and this person has a political motivation. It's propaganda. Like, you want to know what's true. Like, that's kind of the whole point of history is like what is truth, like what actually happened. And the thing with history is you hit a bedrock where you're just like, we don't know, like nobody can settle this for us. We have the sources that survive, and unfortunately we have to like rely on them, and look at their strengths and weaknesses. So like, yeah, it would probably be like historical Jesus or Alexander the Great, or let me see if I can get like a crazy pool. Who's like a very interesting story. I'd like to talk to, like, I don't know. I hear Abe Lincoln was a really fun guy to hang out with. Like he was a very funny guy. Like that's the thing a lot of people don't realize about Abe Lincoln because movies and pop culture kind of don't depict this aspect of him. He was like a very fun character. Like he would tell jokes. He was very funny, and to the point people would be like, "Stop telling jokes. Like it's not that funny. I'm sick of it." So maybe hang out with Abe Lincoln, see what he had to say. That's a very like politician answer, right? That's a very like politician answer. Let me find like another historical figure that's more obscure, like that I would want to talk to. Ooh, Tupac Inca. Like what's his name? What's it? Tupa Inca? Tapa Inca? Like Tapa Inca Yupinki? Like here we go. He's kind of a cool random historical figure where he was the king. He was a king of the Inca Empire, and he allegedly, see, this is where you're like, what's true? He allegedly like crossed the Pacific Ocean and then came back to South America, to Peru. And he apparently like had spoken like it's interesting because it seems like he set out and met Polynesians and then came back. Like this is a pre-Columbian contact that we kind of know about through historical sources. So maybe like talk to him, like what happened there? Like, did that actually happen? So yeah, less of a more obscure answer would be that one. Yeah, Abe Lincoln like that's the thing is like from what I've read about Abe Lincoln, he seemed like he was a very fun historical figure to meet. Like you don't want to meet somebody who's gonna be boring, right? Like somebody that's gonna be like, hey, like, how can I help you? Like, I don't know. I don't want somebody who's boring. I want to talk to somebody who's like fun. Okay. I'll keep going. I'm losing my voice, so I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna try to finish the super chats. We've been going for almost 3 hours, so I'm gonna try to finish up if I can. Let's see. Okay, what was your thought process with your face almost after a decade of not showing yourself? That must have been a lot. Yeah, it was a choice. Like I didn't like I was always very concerned about my privacy, and then also concerned about I didn't like people knowing how young I was. So I wanted to I wanted to wait, because I didn't like my appearance. I didn't want people to know what I look like. But over time, I kind of got more confident in how I looked, um, and then I learned that I like hanging out with my fans. My fans are really really nice people, and I kind of trusted you guys. And I went about, like, I was like, yeah, I kind of want to do more. Like, I wanted to do more in front of the camera stuff, like in videos or in my content. I would do stuff like this, be in a live stream, and it took like me getting over that to to do this. So like it was a stepping stone. I was like, I kind of want to do this. I want people to see what I look like, and I kind of like how I look. So I was like, let's do it. Like let's show myself. Okay, so let me do the super chats. Okay, thank you, Empress Flora. Thank you so much for the super chats. It's awesome. Regarding the Steel Ball run, would you want to do a tier list of the characters based on whatever criteria? That it doesn't matter. I kind of been thinking about doing a tier list kind of video or something like that. For the I was thinking about doing it for the stages, like what was the most interesting stages. I could maybe do one for the characters. There's some really cool characters in Steel Ball Run. That would be kind of a fun video. Maybe I'll do that for Patreon or something. Another super chat from Doradon. Like, is that Duradon? Is that like the Eocene whale? That's fun. Watched you for 10 years. You got me into JoJo ages ago, and it became a big interest, especially Steel Ball Run. In high school, I made a baby kissing owl plushie for a project, and it stole it when I graduated. Oh, I'm so sorry about your plushie. That stinks. But thank you for being a fan. I'm so happy you've stuck with me. That's always really amazing to me that I've managed to keep fans for this long of time, because people's interests change. Like I change. Like that's the thing, is my content changes. So like the stuff that I'm interested in is no longer what these people originally were interested in. So it's very cool. Okay, another super chat. Thank you so much. I respect. Trey, I've been watching you for 8 years. Love your videos. Thank you so much. Gosh, I was just talking about like 8 years is crazy. Like it's crazy that I've been doing this so long. Because like, yeah, I've been doing this for like 13 years, something like that. I started in 2013. So yeah, I've been doing it for a long time. I've changed so much as a person. Like I look different. I talk different. I believe different things, like and that's a long time to stay as a fan for somebody. So that's awesome. Thank you so much. Somebody's asking me about my Masayushi Takanaka. Were you able to get tickets? Yes, I was. I spent a lot of money on my tickets to go to Takanaka in Brooklyn, because it was also an excuse for me to see my friends in New York. I have a lot of friends in New York, and I have a lot of family in New York, so it was a good excuse for me to see a lot of family. It was good. He was very fun. Takanaka was really, really fun. Let me put a picture of Takanaka. Everybody loves Takanaka, right? But I have to say it was the worst crowd I ever had to deal with in an audience. Like the audience for that show was pretty obnoxious. I'm going to be honest. Like a lot of pretty annoying fans who were just yelling, and just it made him feel uncomfortable. Like at times it kind of looked like he was uncomfortable, but he gave a great performance. I liked him. I went there, and it was a lot of money. It was a lot of money for a plane ticket, a lot of money for the ticket itself. And then it was time for my life to fly up there. And it was worth it, because I know that I don't know when he's going to be in the US again. Like when is he going to do a world tour? So I was like, I want to see him like before he stops touring and stuff. So yeah, it was really cool. I'm sorry you didn't get to see him. I don't know, you didn't miss much. It was I was super uncomfortable. Like it smelled bad. It smelled bad in there. Like I know it's a concert, it's standing room. It smelled bad. There was a guy that got really sick nearby me, threw up and had to get taken out on a stretch. Like people had to carry him out. Like it wasn't as you didn't miss that much. It wasn't as fun as you're not he's cool to see in person, but also the experience was maybe not the best. Thank you for liking my red balloon video. Like the red balloon video is kind of one of my controversial videos, where maybe not controversial, but it kind of bombed, and it really bummed me out. Because I spent a lot of time and money in it, and I thought it was going to be a huge hit. I was like, I got something good here. I got something good. This is a good story. This is good research. And I'm going to make it compelling. And this is one of the first videos where I'm in front of the camera. And it kind of like, I don't know, I think people retroact, like, I think I needed an editor. Like, I think I need to shave it down. It was too long, and I think I was milking it for too much. Like, I think I turned probably like a 40-minute story into like an hour 30, however long that video is, hour long story, like, where it really could have been much shorter, and I should have cut it down. But yeah, I'm happy with it. It was a stepping stone. Like, that's the thing, is I think I made some pretty good work with it, and it was a stepping stone. Um yeah, I'm happy I did it. It was it was one of those videos where I spent so much money and so much time on it that in retrospect it probably wasn't the right decision. But you never know until you try it. So I'm happy you enjoy it. It's a unique one, and I think a lot of people, like, it's a sleeper hit. It's a sleeper hit. Um, you should do the Pan American Steel Ball Run. There's a highway from Prudhoe Bay to Ushusha. Just mind the Darren Gap. Oh, this is. I know that this is talking about that. There's a road that can go from like Alaska, right, down to Chile, but there's the Darren Gap, which is a stretch of land that is not paved, so it's very difficult to get across. That's fun. I want to do, like, this is the thing. This person that are here talking about the Stardust Crusaders. I love traveling. I love traveling. I love challenging myself. And like, as soon as I posted that video, I was like, how do I top this? Which is probably not healthy. It's probably not healthy, but like, you got to drive. Like, it's like the drive to keep on doing new stuff. But I do want to top it somehow. I do want to be able to do another trip, because I love traveling. Like, it is such a really, really nice, really, really great, like, thing that I have, where I can make these videos and then make money off of them, make a living off of them. Like, I can go travel if I wanted to and turn it into video, and you guys will like it. People will like it, and then like I will like it. Like, it's really, really cool. So I do want to do another trip. I just haven't figured out what that is. Let's see. Any more super chats? Sorry, Carmine is sending me stuff on YouTube. What is this? Go home? What is this? Is this a reference to the? Oh, it's a time travel. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. So Carmine's sending me like this. There's this comic. That's pretty funny. How can I pull this up without messing things up? Here, I'll save it, and then I'll post it. This is kind of like a funny joke where it's like somebody trying to meet, like, a time traveler trying to meet Jesus, and he goes, I'm basically just telling the joke at this point. Oh my god. Here we go. Here, let me just make sure I'm not posting the wrong. See, I'm not used to doing this. Okay. Yeah, this is kind of funny. This is like a time traveler here, and Jesus is speaking, and then Jesus tells him, go home. Like, that's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. That'd be scary. That'd be scary that it's all true. It's like, damn, like, that's crazy. Historical Jesus joke. Let's see. Okay, we're getting towards the end. Okay, yeah. I've been on here for a while, so I should probably jump off a little bit. Imagine traveling back in time, meeting Shakespeare, using some of the words he invented before he did. That'd be kind of cool. Julius Caesar. People are talking about like historical figures you want to meet. Nebuchadnezzar would be kind of a cool one. Aya Nasir. You meet Aya Nasir. Like, was the copper actually bad? Like, were you actually a scammer? Let's see. Okay, here's a super chat from eMarty. 3853. Hello, A Song of Ice and Fire has many Ice Age animals. What are your thoughts? George R. R. Martin liked them. World building, gene editing. He did do Colossus. So they're talking. This is the super chat's talking about how in A Song of Ice and Fire, the Game of Thrones books, there's a lot of animals that are extinct in our Middle Ages in Westeros. I wouldn't put too much thought into it. I think George R. R. Martin just thinks like prehistoric creatures are interesting. I think he just likes prehistory. So he's just like, yeah, I want to see mammoths. I want to see Irish elk. I think he just thought it was cool. Like he grew up on Conan, like, you know, he grew up on Conan, and Conan has like stuff like that. Like, yeah, I don't know if there's that much of a thought put into it. I don't know if there's an explanation. I just think in his universe, mammoths and polar bears and shadow cats and Irish elk and lions persisted into the modern era in his world. So yeah, I don't think there's too much of a deeper thing. Trey, I'm on the other side of the world. Definitely now I need to sleep, so I just want to pay a visit. Oh, thank you. I hope I caught you before you fell asleep. That means a lot. It's really cool to have fans from all over the world. Okay, another super chat from Laura. Thank you so much. Sending some appreciation before I go to bed. I'm a ride or die regardless of topics you want to explain to me. Thank you. So that's awesome. I like hearing that I have fans that like just really like my content regardless of what I do, because I'm always very self-conscious of like of what I produce. Because I want to please the fans, but also I want to please myself. So it's very hard to find that balance. And I like, this is the thing, that Steel Ball Run video, in the first day or 2 days, it underperformed really bad. It was one of my least watched video, and it got an audience. It got an audience over time. Like you can't let that kind of despair. Like it will find like your stuff, if it's good and you believe in it, like you'll find an audience. Like if you like, so I'm happy you did. Like that's the thing, is I've made mistakes with, or not, maybe not mistakes. I wouldn't say that. None of my videos are really mistakes. It's just that like I like, yeah, like the red barn video is like, it didn't perform well, but like I'm proud of what I did. Like there's some stuff in there that I'm very proud of. I'm proud of the research. I'm proud of the cinematography and the art the pictures and I don't know, the filming. Like there's stuff that I still like. So like, yeah, like I'm happy you guys will like my stuff. That's awesome. Any video you would like to react? Okay, this is a big question here, because I was thinking about this. Any video you would like to remake? Watching your old video, Bible edit, super good, awesome work. Okay, I wish I could remake the Minoan civilization video, because I have since learned so much about Minoans since that video was created, that I wish I had put in there. Like in the video, I was kind of taking, like, I wasn't as knowledgeable about it and I hadn't read as many sources, but since then I've realized we know way more about Minoan civilization than I let on. In the video, like I think it just had to do with some of the sources I was reading. Maybe at the time when that was written, they didn't know as much about Minoans, but now like there's a lot of stuff that like I left out. Like I could have brought up the Pylos agate. I could have talked about, there's clothes that I didn't bring up. There's Minoan clothes that are crazy, that are like, that have like cod pieces and stuff. And there's paintings where it seems like there's women wearing male clothes, and it like, that's interesting. Like there's a lot of stuff that I wish I could have included in that Minoan video, because like I didn't touch on it. I didn't touch on that stuff's really interesting, and I didn't even know that it existed, you know. And I wish I could go back. That's a video I wish I could redo. Okay, another super chat from Ido Asa 05. I watch you since Spinosaurus video. Your enthusiasm for every topic is enjoyable. I would say some other sentimental stuff, but I don't know how to sound not cringe. Aw, you don't have to worry about that. What's this? Who's this? Hey, it's Miles. Oh my god. It's my buddy Miles. Okay, here we go. Let me make you equal. Whoa, I wasn't expecting Miles. I was literally just wrapping up.
Well, the game just ended.
So we'll stay on for a little bit longer. Thank you. Well, I'm still on for a little bit. Okay, for people that don't know, Miles he's a buddy of mine. We've known each other for like 7 years or something. Like how long have we known? And we run the Plastic Plesiosaur podcast. Let me get a visual here. We're gonna get some fans here. Let's see. Where me and Miles, we talk about cryptids,
and archaeology, and historical mysteries, stuff like that.
Let me see. Here, our little art here. Let's see. What is this? Here we go. Here we go. Look, it's a reunion. It's the Plastic Plesiosaur podcast.
Yeah. one of the best podcasts in its subject matter that has both of us on it.
And me and Miles, we've been doing it for years. I love Miles. He's awesome. He's a really great guy. and I met him. Recently. We hadn't met each other in person for the longest time, and we
went
hung
to the
out for the
Bird
first time
Museum.
this
We got
January.
to see. It wasn't a plesiosaur, but it was a different plesiosaur offshoot fossil. It was cool, and we got to see the woolly dog that you wrote about.
We did. That was like quite a treat. It was like the woolly dog, and it was like preserved. It was like a mummy of the woolly dog. Miles, this might be a question relevant to you. Let's see. Love your videos. Wondering if you've got thoughts on Cryptid Museum in Portland, Maine. Have you ever been to that museum in Portland, Maine?
I have not been. So the person who runs that thing, we've asked on the show several times. He actually responded to. So Coleman actually responded to me recently. He told me that he's been very busy, as the museum is a lot of work. But he will come on our show, he said. So
okay. I hope he's not angry with me.
Well, yeah, we have so the person who runs that museum is on Monster Quest a lot, which on our podcast we talk about different archaeology, historical mystery stuff in the show, but at the end we watch an episode of History Channel's Monster Quest, and he ends up being a guest on there a lot. And yeah, there's our boy.
There's Lauren Coleman, very prominent cryptozoologist.
Yeah, one of the episodes we kind of dogged him a bit, to be fair. I mean, love to the guy, but he was like, it was the episode about are there alligators in the sewer, and he's like, it's a conspiracy. They're lying. Like there's a big cover up to hide the alligators in the sewer, and we're like, okay,
man. Like that was a silly that he's like that. There's a cover up for the gators. Yeah. In the New York sewer system, and they're like, somebody's going to get hurt. He's like, somebody's going to get hurt if we're not careful.
It's a public health issue. Gosh, all these gators.
That's such a silly. That's a silly episode. Yeah, like I'm interested to see. He kind of seems like I need to read his merman book, right? Like I kind of like feel like I don't have the full picture without the merman.
Yeah,
book.
Darren Naish read it, and he seemed to like, he tries to be nicer than you and I are, I think. And not that we're not nice, but he tries to be nicer. And he didn't have a lot of words he felt okay saying about it. So I think that, like, it means this is probably not too
good. Oh my gosh. Here, let me knock off the super chat, and I want to talk to my buddy Miles, because we haven't talked about. Thank you for coming on here too, Miles. That's awesome. Okay, this is a super chat from Memphis, Flora. Would you try to recreate the treks of Herodotus? Yes, I kind of do want to do that. Like the problem is we don't really have a good idea of Herodotus's travels. Like we know. Like I spent some time when I was making that, like the Herodotus video. I spent some time trying to figure out like where Herodotus had gone and when. Let me get Herodotus up here. Let me get him on here. Everybody's favorite. Miles, you're a fan of Herodotus. You like Herodotus, right? He's the OG. I've seen this. This is the statue that's in the Met. I've like seen this exact statue. I got like really close to him. I like pressed my face up really close to him. That's the thing, is we know that he visited Egypt. We know that he probably went as far as
he might not be able to go all the places that he went, nowadays.
That's the problem. That's the problem. Like that's the thing, is I wanted to do Alexander the Great's route, and right now there's several war zones that goes through.
See, most people don't know with this bust, that's how his nose actually looked. It wasn't damaged.
It wasn't that it fell on his face. It's like, no, it actually, like he actually like oh my god. So yeah, there's like several like ancient routes, because I've done the Steel Ball Run, which is like the comic fake route, but there's some real like historical routes that I want to recreate. Herodotus is one of them. Like that would be kind of cool. Let's see. Somebody, so this is a super chat asking for my Instagram. I don't have an Instagram, so I'm so sorry.
You're too fashionable for Instagram. So lovely.
Like I have a Twitter. You can get me on Twitter. But yeah, here we go. Follow Miles on Twitter. I like Miles's take. Miles is like whenever Miles talks about Star Wars, I love it. Whatever. Look, I'm sorry. I'm like cursing.
It's okay. We're like the small amount of liberals still left on Twitter. It's getting bad out there. But yeah,
it's getting pretty gnarly.
Holding down the fort.
I'm from Pittsburgh, Rocky. Yeah, it's the thing. I don't think Rocky ever went to Pitt. I don't think Pittsburgh was on Rocky's radar.
There's a Classic Plesiosaur podcast question.
Look at this. Everybody's Miles. We got fans.
Oh,
hello, Miles.
I mean, we work hard on that show, you know.
We do work hard on the show. It's a good show. I think like my dad started listening to the show, like, and he says we're really good. He's like, you guys get great chemistry. I think it's true. Like, I will listen to our show. Like, I like our show. Miles, like a lot of people need to appreciate Miles's jokes. Like Miles puts in like little jokes in there, and they're great. I love them.
I like sometimes I'll make a joke and you don't think about it for like a minute, and then there's always this. I have to make this edit because Trey's like, "Oh wait, shit, why did you mean?"
Because like that's the thing is like sometimes I'm like locked into like the script. Yeah. You know, we have like our script, and then like you interrupt it, and I'm like, oh, I'll keep going. And it's like, wait, that's actually like a really funny joke. Like you're super witty. What is there to gain? Like, let's see. Okay, here's a question for both of us, Miles. Any plans for IRL Plastic Plesiosaur cryptid hunt?
Which one? So like I what's interesting is, you know, I live in the Pacific Northwest, and a lot of the like episodes, like I don't know, like 30% of them happen within like 25 to 50, maybe 100 miles from my house, you know, and like I never see any of these guys. Like they hunt for giant octopus. Now, to be fair, I don't live under the water, but I ain't seen no giant octopus. I ain't seen Bigfoot. I think one of the pterosaur episodes, like there was a sighting like up in Everett where I live, like on the hill up there. I never seen the pterosaur. I don't know, like you know, I don't really want to go look for Bigfoot.
Do you want to go to the cabin?
I do want to go to the cabin. I like to go to the Bigfoot cabin. I know we ain't gonna see Bigfoot. We have a good time. We can go fishing. I can take you fishing.
Just you'll take me fishing.
You know, like here's what we do. I don't think it's necessarily a cryptid, but it's a cryptid adjacent. We can go check out the story from our arch rival and check out the thylacine that was eaten.
Oh right? Man, we go to Papua New Guinea. Are we going to Tasmania
and go look for the thylacine?
We ask for $5 million. We ask for $5 million like you did. Oh man, that would be fun. That'd be pretty fun. That's pretty ambitious. Let's see. That's awesome. Yeah. Were we watching that one Monster Quest episode with the octopus, and you were like, I know.
Yeah, I literally drove by there like the day before we watched it. You know, because you know, there's Galloping Gertie, which is the famous bridge in Tacoma. And like that's the bridge that they like built wrong, and it like went and just broke. Right? Like there's this like myth that giant octopus live over there, but it's actually kind of true because the Pacific Northwest giant octopus like is the largest octopus, and like there is a natural coral reef caused by the bridge. So like, you know, larger octopus do live there, but that's not enough for people. They have to make it up to be like twice the size it is, of course, because you know. It's
just... I know the Monster Quest episode. They're like the biggest, like it's like literally like a little guy, and it's like the octopus is like the size of like a freaking building.
Thank you very much to any Patreon people for the Plastic Plesiosaur podcast, because we do put a lot of work into those episodes, and you know, it's not free to host on like Buzzsprout and stuff, so appreciate that. But yeah, I've been trying to get those episodes up on YouTube. I made like 12 videos of like the 70 episodes, but like 8 of the videos got taken down by YouTube. So, you know, I'll work on it.
Appreciate your work, Miles. I think the people appreciate it too. I'm sorry. It's let's see. Oh, Miles, would you do a video podcast on the mythology folklore of the Pacific Northwest?
Yeah, I'm not like the biggest expert on that. I actually grew up in California. I lived up here for about 12 years. But you know, Trey and I are pretty good researchers. So there's a lot of interesting stuff up here. You know, you got to think westward expansion happens, you know, California and everything, obviously a lot of coastals, rivers, San Joaquin Valley, so it gets developed very quick. The Pacific Northwest got developed later, right? So especially the northern parts, and then like all the way up into the Klondike. So that area, especially for like white Europeans, was like a very unsettled territory. It's kind of like the last nook of wilderness in a lot of people's minds. So I think that's why the Pacific Northwest has this like last wild frontier kind of thing. And if you're up here, you know, you can kind of feel that. If you go about an hour north of me, like you're in the woods, like the straight woods, you know. And like I always say, it's hard to look deep into the woods and think that you know every animal that could be there. I think people are very disconcerted with that feeling, and they really want there to be a mysterious creature, and so it's hard to get rid of. So I think that's why it's a very natural place for those kind of ideas.
I'm with you, Miles. Like I don't know. Well, like we could research it. Like I'm not super familiar with like. Well, I guess my Bigfoot video, I am a bit familiar with like mythology, folklore, Pacific Northwest. I know more than like the average person, I guess, but I need to know more about. Like I'd have to have conversations and like emails with.
We had a vampire scare up here in the 90s. Yeah,
you did.
They made an X-Files episode inspired by it.
Oh yeah, I know the episode. The it's called 3 or something.
That was inspired by like actual 90s Seattle vampires, and by actual people that you know thought they were vampires. I thought.
Thank you, Empress Flora, for another super chat. Next stream, want to do some tier lists, JoJo characters, historical figures. We can all argue. I would maybe do a historical figure tier list. That'd be
kind of best historical, like historians.
Best historian, we could do best historians. We do like, wait, you could do like Plutarch. You do like Herodotus.
Yeah, it'd be very contentious if you don't put Herodotus in the S tier. You know,
I think Herodotus has to be S tier. You're right, because he, like, that's the thing with Herodotus. Herodotus is just some guy. Like that's the thing with Herodotus that's really funny. He's just a guy that's like wandering. Like it's basically like. If somebody's vlog like was turned into like this important historical document. Like it's so funny. Like Herodotus is just him wandering around the earth and just writing down what he saw. That's it.
Yeah, that's one thing we talk about in the podcast too. When we talk about historical stuff, is like it's easy to make the past seem very like sacred and like special and like everyone's very prestigious, but people are just dudes and ladies just doing stuff. Herodotus. You know, like we find all these quotes and people are just saying stupid stuff to each other back then too, and bitching about copper.
Like, what is he? There's like one part of Herodotus where like he just mentions some like thing that he found, and it's inappropriate. He's like, I once heard about a story of a woman and a donkey, and I won't repeat it or something like some translators will like omit that passage because that sentence because it's like a very like obscene sentence, but like it's like. That's like it gives you like an insight into Herodotus. Like, he's just a guy that's like just spilling. Like he's just telling everything he saw. He's like, yeah, I was in this town.
There's a verse about donkeys in the Bible of similar.
Yes, I do remember this one. Thank you so much for the super chat. Keep making videos. Hope there's enough to buy you a sandwich. I will buy a sandwich with this money tomorrow. I would love a sandwich right now. Miles, do you have a favorite sandwich? Do you like
I recently have been watching The Sopranos. I had never seen it. So I have been eating and making mini Italian sandwiches. There's a man on YouTube. He has a fancy kitchen with good lighting. So I believe him when he talks. And he's like, this is the sandwich from Sopranos. So I've just been following him, making those. So
that's awesome. That's cool when you recreate something from a movie, like a meal. Like so have they been good? Like what's the? Let me see the Sopranos sandwich. Let me like.
Well, you got the gabagool first of all.
Oh, this looks good. This looks really good right now. Oh my gosh, I'm so hungry. Actually, like you're making me realize how hungry I am. Because I've been doing this for quite a while now. Let me see.
You got Miles. I'll feed you, Trey. You know that.
Oh, Miles makes some of like the best food you'll ever have. Like Miles, whenever Miles will just randomly send me a message, and it'll be like the most delicious looking meal I've ever seen.
We eat a lot of seafood up here.
This looks so good.
I've been catching a bunch of rainbow trout too, so I got those grilled up.
Oh my gosh! Look at that! Look at that sandwich! Oh, the sandwich! Thank you so much for the super chat. I'm seeing a lot of people.
Where would Schliemann be ranked on our historical?
Oh, Schliemann! I was talking. So I've kind of like when I was in school, I had an archaeologist. His name was Attila. The archaeologist's name was Attila. He was Hungarian, and he was like an Attila the Hun defender. Like he's like the Huns are actually good guys. Like when you really think about their administration and their tax policy, like he was really funny. Like what was his?
I bet you he plays Star Citizen.
I don't know Star Citizen.
It's a game that requires spreadsheets to play. It's a very like nerdy spreadsheet game.
Attila Gucha, like he was like a Schliemann defender. Like he was like Schliemann is actually not that bad.
He put dynamite on Troy.
He like that's the thing is like Schliemann's like he was like he's not that bad, and I'm like no, Schliemann is bad, dude. Like because I was doing a video like on the historical Troy the last video, and like it is a huge travesty that like Troy 6 he did not study it properly. Like that is a huge shame. If it was a different guy there, it would have been so much better for
I assume most of your audience knows Schliemann, but if you don't, he's the guy sometimes credited as like the founder of modern archaeology. A lot of people don't like that, but he has been called that for quite a while. That
title is like given to so many archaeologists. Like that's the thing is like Sir Leonard. Like I saw like I read an article recently, and like Sir Leonard Woolley is the father of modern archaeology, and that's like 1920 something. So it's like there's archaeology before that, like and then before Schliemann you have like Thomas Jefferson.
I mean, sure, the Romans did a little archaeology.
Like the first like. The one that I would argue, what is his name? American archaeologist, 1700s.
Indiana.
What is his name? Not Thomas Indiana. And what is his name? He's kind of known because he like has a very his method of excavating a Native American mound was very careful. And like it was kind of the start that like you need to keep track of like what layer this thing is in versus this thing. Like it was a big deal. I don't know. I'm trying to. This is paleontology, but but Schliemann can get a bit of the title for like father of modern archaeology as well. I agree.
You know, a thing with him too is everybody always writes this like he tells the story of himself always that I wrote about Troy as a kid. My dad, read me the Iliad and everything. I always wanted to find Troy. But like we have journals from him as a kid and like interviews of people who know him as a kid. No one ever mentions this Troy obsession that he had. Like I think this is all part of his own myth building. I think that
he's a bit of a bullshitter. Like he is like a kind of like he exaggerates all this stuff. Like he's one of those people where like you can't really trust what he says because you can kind of tell that he's like at the very least he's exaggerating.
But he did kind of find it.
He did. Like that's the thing is like he kind of was right. Like people have told me that it's a little overstated how like locals did kind of know that this probably was.
I forget the guy's name, but another guy like knew there was stuff there and it was a dig site. He got the info from him.
And if you see maps from like the Renaissance era, they will mark Troy on the map in the kind of the general region where it actually is today. So like people like Troy wasn't super lost. It's like people didn't like know the exact site and the excavation site.
You think that
so yeah, he is a big deal.
Schliemann is?
Huh? Who
do you think that Christopher Nolan knows who that is?
Christopher, that's a good question. Ooh, I know that Schliemann. Let's see if he's mentioned. Like, okay, let me check if Emily Wilson's translation mentions. I think Emily Wilson's translation mentions Schliemann in the introduction, but I don't know if Christopher Nolan read because he says we're using Wilson's translation as the basis for the Odyssey movie, but. He's like I know that like I think his wife recommended it, so I don't know if Nolan himself has read. He probably has, right? Like he probably has read the Odyssey. You have to. You're making a movie on it. You have to.
You think he read The Dark Knight? I don't think he read The Dark Knight.
Okay, yeah, you're right that he's not a comic book guy. Like let me see. What's the quote? Christopher Nolan. Emily Wilson, like what is the quote from him? Let's see. He relied on chose Emily Wilson's translation as the sole source for his upcoming film. He said that, so yeah. That's the thing, is like a lot of this is like I don't know exactly what he says, because like there's so much like right-wing woo in this too, like where people just are getting angry. Yeah, I need to. Nolan cites Emily Wilson's woke translation of the Odyssey. Oh man. But yeah, I don't. He should, right? He like, how smart is Christopher Nolan?
It's unclear. It's unclear to me at this time.
Yeah, like I know. Okay, here's the thing. People talk about this with like his Oppenheimer movie, where like he obviously read that book, that one book on Oppenheimer. But you're right that like I don't know if he's reading multiple sources or if he's just relying on a single one. Yeah, no, I'm with you. Like it's unclear how much.
Someone asked you, Trey, about historical recipes you made. You made the ancient cheesecake, the Lima or whatever it's called, Lima.
I did. Let me see. Can I get a picture of my cheesecake?
I learned about that stuff from Final Fantasy Tactics because they eat it in there.
Really? They eat the Roman cheesecake? I took a picture of it. Where's my like? I'm gonna try to find it really quick. It was very bad. Like I remember it was kind of funny because you realize cheesecake.
You realize why they fought so many wars over sugar and spices is what you realize.
Yes. Like, okay, here I got a picture of it. I'm pulling up a picture of my Roman cheesecake here. Here I'm gonna get like the glob in the oven that you'll see. Like you're right, Miles, that like you realize. Here we go. I'm adding a picture of it here.
Because we have like valleys of corn we turn into sugar, so sugar's cheap, but it wasn't like that.
See, this looks good. Like when you look at this looks kind of good. It looks a little crispy. They got the honey on it. When you take a bite out of it, it is just like glob. Like it tastes like Play-Doh. Like it just has no flavor at all. And so you have to drown it in honey and like, because it's just ricotta cheese with dough like mixed together, and it tastes so bad. And you're right that you realize like it was a very special experience for me, because I realized just how bad their taste, like how bad the food must have tasted back then, like just how bland, because this is a delicacy. Like the cheesecake is like for special occasions.
It's the honey,
and it tastes
like the hot honey on stuff was like the thing back then. Like, which is still like in Italy, like they have hot honey on a lot of stuff, from that tradition. Like we don't do that in America much, but hot honey on stuff's real good.
Honey is like, that's the thing that like what you learn is that like honey was the sweetest thing that they had, period. Like it was like honey and like maybe grapes is like the sweetest stuff you get. Maybe some other
that's
fruit.
why it's called the land of like milk and honey. It wasn't even like the land of like hot ladies and gold. They're like milk and honey, man. That's what the people want. Like
oh my gosh. I will try to make another recipe. There's a recipe that I'm thinking of right now that I will try to recreate for a thing. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, if it's going to be a Patreon or whatever. Just pour some garum on it. I've had garum. It's very salty. It's like the most bitter, salty thing you'll ever try. Let's see. Yeah. They're saying my cheesecake is overcooked. It wasn't. It was like barely cooked inside. Like maybe I didn't cook it right.
Cheesecake was perfectly cooked to Roman imperial standards. Okay, Trey is an expert.
What's the joke? Here's me cooking in the oven. Like that thing's like it was cooked. Like it was undercooked.
Do you have an oven in your New York apartment?
I do. It's back there somewhere. I'll try to make. I'll make a little recipe. It's very fun. I have like a book of recipes that my parents gave me as like a gift, so I should create it. But no, it was. If anything, it was undercooked. It wasn't overcooked. But like yes, like I will try to make a little recipe. Excuse me. But yeah. Let's see.
What's a historical recipe that I want back is Ecto Cooler. I don't know. You guys are a little young.
Ecto, that's lost knowledge.
Fuck, man. Like you just take it granted. Every, 5th grade, you just have that stuff all the time. It's just your life, and then one day it's gone.
That's really sad. Like, what does Ecto Cooler taste like? I know, like, I've seen it from pictures and stuff.
Like
what does it taste like? Is it like a
I mean, it tastes like Slimer. It's like ectoplasma and tangerine, high fructose corn syrup, orange dye. That's probably what it is.
Ecto Cooler. Oh my gosh. That's before my time. I never got to taste Ecto Cooler. Didn't they bring it back for those movies?
Yeah, they brought it back for like a week, and everybody bought it, and everyone was happy. Then they got rid of it because I don't fucking know how money works, I guess.
Damn.
It's hard out there. Someone mentioned if we'd ever do more paranormal stuff on our show. I would say that I hate ghosts. Like, I don't like hearing about ghosts. I do like Ecto Cooler, ironically. I like the taste of ghosts. But I like stories of ghosts interesting. Like in our Bigfoot episodes, when they cut to it and it's a guy and he's like, I saw him in my truck. I'm like, I don't care. Like, I like it when it's like he pulled down this branch and kicked me in the dick, because then we can examine the branch and we can examine the dick. But like I can't examine that I saw a guy at the corner of my truck, or like historical sightings and stuff are interesting, because you can learn about culture and like how they talked about monsters or the natural world. But like ghost stories are just like everyone has a Victorian person in their house apparently, and I don't know.
You're right that like they're hard to talk about because like it's so removed from reality. Like, okay, like Bigfoot, like you'd be like, well, like maybe there was an ape that evolved and persisted, and like there's a level of reality that we share that you can like accept. But like ghosts, you're like, I just don't believe that there's a soul, there's life after. Like, I don't think your consciousness exists after your brain dies. Like, I don't know if I believe that. Like our we exist in very different worlds. Like that guy, remember we were talking about that guy that like believed he saw like Anubis or something like that, and you're like,
yeah, I don't know what to do with that kind of bullshit.
Like, what are we supposed to do with that? Yeah, like I might like, okay, I've been maybe planning to maybe do ghost hunting as like a joke, like just do it once, because I bought equipment a while ago just to like for fun. That was a shameful look. I want to okay, if I make a video, it'll be like critiquing like, what does this even do? Like what like, according to ghost people that believe in ghosts, like what does this equipment do, and like how do we know?
Number one,
that? Like I want to explore that.
It sets you up so you can go, what was that? Number two, it gets you a show on A&E. That's what it does.
Who said that? Get out. Oh my gosh. So this is Empress Flora again. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you so much for all the super chats tonight, Empress Flora. My friend Sophie wants to know if you're ever going to do a video on the Paris Commune or anarchist Spain. I unfortunately don't know that. That's a period of history that is a historical blind spot for me. Miles, do you know much about the Paris? I know the Paris Commune from the song. There's like the Clash, Clash, like a inoculated city. Like I just know it from like the do. I just don't know much about it. I'm sorry. That's all I know about Paris Commune. Let's see. Okay, we're getting towards the end here. I might pop off because it's been 3 hours and 20 minutes. I was so Miles can attest. I was like terrified of doing this. I was pretty scared. I was worried I was not going to have much to say, but I've just ran my mouth for a very.
Trey always has a good mix of confidence and then anxiety.
It keeps me in check. Okay, like don't get too cocky, kid.
Yeah,
right?
It's like I love you, buddy, and you always do good. So.
Thank you, Miles. You too. You're a great speaker, great storyteller. I think you're great. It's I'll gas you up.
Miles, would you be down to ghost hunt? I said I hate ghosts. So like let's say like I found a ghost. Like I would shoo it away. I'd be like, go on, get ghost. I don't want you around here. Go back. Like, why are you doing? This is for the living. This is our one life. We don't need you here.
Would you be down to ghost hunt? I like for me, like okay, I'm a little different where like I am like down to try it. You know, I'll be down to because like I think I've told this story before. The closest I've ever had to like a supernatural encounter was that time in Greece where I was a little drunk and I looked up in the sky and thought I saw a UFO. And like I legitimately was like shaking in my core for like 5 minutes where I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm gonna have to tell Miles that I believe in ghosts, like I believe in UFOs now. Like I was like, oh my gosh, I'm a fraud. I'm like gonna have to like walk everything back. And then I thought about it. You know, then I looked it up, like what are the possible options? I was like, oh, I've never seen Starlink satellite before. That's exactly what that is. So I would be curious to see like if a situation like that happens, go something like I want to give it the old college try, but like I know it's stupid. Like I know it's just gonna be boring. Like I know Red Letter Media did it, and I was like I kind of like that they did it, and like they just talked about how it was boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did have that one pseudo crypto sighting that I talked about on the Patreon a long time ago. Or,
oh yes,
yeah,
yes.
I have this very distinct memory of seeing like a giant white crane that was like 6 foot tall, you know, 7, 6, 7 foot, like giant, like larger than me. And I'm 6 foot, but you know, like as you know that's just like a false memory in my mind. I didn't actually see that, but you know, I remember seeing it. So I did see some birds fight the other day. It was pretty cool though. I've seen that video.
I did see that Miles took a video of like ospreys fighting eagles. Like it made me realize eagles are
I
was
was
like
fishing,
bald eagles,
and it was raining, and there's like these white osprey looking guys, and they like dove in to get a fish. And whenever they do, the bald eagles would fly across the lake. They'd be like, "Oh, you fucked up," and they would just fly across the lake, and they chase him down and fight him in midair, and he'd throw like the fish in the air, and the bald eagles would get it. They did it 2 times, so the male and the female could each eat, and then they let him eat. So basically, they're like the mafia, you know. They're like, we eat first. But yeah, bald eagles are big, man. It made me think about T-Rex actually, because you know everyone argues, oh, is he a predator? Was he a scavenger? And you know, I think it's like probably all of it. Yeah, he'll eat any of it. You know, like you get food, he'll take you.
The famous. You're referring to the famous Jack Horner Robert Backer debate.
Yeah, right, I was just watching the bald eagle, and I was like, you know, that's a similar niche, right? You're the big bad. Like you'll take what you get. Who's gonna say no?
Okay, I think this will be the last question. I think this will be the last question. Thank you so much for joining me, Miles. I'm sorry, like I'm a little tired. Okay, if you two had to invent a cryptid and genuinely convince people it's real, what would it be?
I mean, we knew a guy who did that with thylacine. I don't know. Say too much about it.
Let us see. What would the cryptid be for me? Like, you have to invent a cryptid?
I am very partial to like aquatic cryptids. I love underwater shit. I love the mystery because it's like a portal. It's like an alien world that you could touch. Like you can look into it, but you can't really ever be from there. And like anything can be there. You know, it's I don't know. I love the underwater world.
You can be like a deep sea cryptid. Like I really like the Penry's blob. Remember there was just like a weird blob that was like swimming around in the water and it like looked like it like stuck its like nose.
Yeah, like the nose
out of the water. And it turned out that it was just a blanket octopus. Like it was a blanket octopus, and if you see photos of a blanket octopus, you're like, that's totally a blanket octopus. It just like had lost its limbs or something like that.
I proposed for a while because it's always like, oh, the blue whale is the largest living animal like ever. People say I kind of doubt that. But you know, I've always been a proponent like there's probably been some very large jellies, and maybe there are some large jellies that we don't know about. You know, like very large jellyfish, I think would be a cool.
You're right that like people are sleeping on like invertebrate cryptids.
They don't fossilize as well.
Like crazy siphonophores or something like that.
So I'm big into weird ass giant jellyfish.
my friend Preston, he recommends the squishers. You know what the squishers are, Miles? Am I gonna have to like explain to you what a squisher is?
This a porn thing?
No, it's not a porn thing. It's from the Song of Ice and Fire. It's from the Song of Ice and Fire.
I don't know Grimm stuff.
Grimm. So they're basically George R. Martin basically stole the deep ones from Lovecraft because he does that. He loves Lovecraft and he's just like, I'm gonna put this in my stories.
See, Lovecraft stuff is in the new Minions movie.
I did. I see. There's a little.
How
Cthulhu,
far has Cthulhu shrunk in the popular consciousness that this could happen?
Like imagine showing Lovecraft that like and it's kind of like I will say yeah, it is kind of sad like that Cthulhu has been like H.P. Lovecraft's work has been kind of like commodified. Like what do I try to like? It's like if somebody took like Edgar Allan Poe and was like, yeah, well, it's like, well, I guess they have done that with his stuff,
he's
right?
just like, I thought of a thing that's the scariest thing you can ever think of, and I can't even tell you about it because it's so fucked up. And then it's just like, it's in the Minions movie now.
Yeah, it's ruined. You know, you're just like, oh, look at this thing. Oh, I don't like look how sad this is. Like, yeah, like he didn't make it. Like he didn't make squat from his work. He like okay, say what you want about Lovecraft as like a complicated, controversial person for his views, but like he's a great writer. I really like his.
It
writing
stands
style
out. You can tell it's him.
It stands out. But yeah, and he look at this. Look at Miles' face. Miles is like kill me.
Yeah, I saw this trailer because I was watching the NBA game and they showed this shit, like a 2-minute trailer, and I was like, Jesus Christ.
This is very funny that we went from let me find the what is it, Cthulhu, like the original drawing that he did of Cthulhu. Like let me do a little side by side of how far we've drifted from this.
Look.
Okay, all right, like okay. Here we go. We got this side by side. Ah, crap! I don't know how to do this, but yeah, look how far we drifted from the original inspiration to this little creature here.
Someone mentioned a Foxman cryptid that they dreamed about. Like we have some man-wolves up here in the zoo. Like I can imagine those things being mistaken for cryptids if they were sawn out of context.
They're weird. Yeah. Maned wolves are really crazy. Okay, Miles, do you have a favorite Lovecraft creature? This will be the last question I ask you. Like, are you into like Lovecraft mythos? Dude, do you know Lovecraft mythos? Do you like?
I read some of the books and I was like 14. I like them. They're not my favorite. I'm a Tolkien guy. You know, I like stories with trees, with like nice trees and stuff like that.
Okay. You like the Entwise?
They don't have to be alive trees. I just want there to be trees in the story.
Oh, that's great. Okay.
But I don't want to hold
you up. Okay, wait. If you're a Tolkien guy, okay, what's your favorite Tolkien creature? Like what's a well, maybe not creature, like okay, let's just say character. What's your favorite Tolkien character?
I like Elendil a lot. Frodo
of the Nine Fingers.
Yeah, I love the Rack and Bass films. You know, Eowyn. I have a lot of Eowyn merchandise. I love Eowyn. You know, like in the card game, I play Eowyn deck. I like a lot of Second Age stuff. You know, I've read all that growing up, and like as much as I appreciate what Peter Jackson has done, you know, it's like it pollutes your mind creatively. Like it's hard to see things clearly, and so the Second Age stuff I can still see with my own imagination. So that stuff's kind of closest to my heart.
You're right that like the movies, the Peter Jackson movies have like totally changed the whole landscape of like what people visualize for Lord of the Rings, for Tolkien's world. Like because if you look at like artwork before those movies, it looks a bit different than versus artwork afterwards. Like
and again, you know, they're magnificent films. They're very romantic and they're beautifully made. But before, there was all these different ways of envisioning it, and that was a very personal thing, how you envision those worlds, and it's kind of a shame to lose that, because I can tell you, being like 8 or 9 and reading those books, like out camping with my dad, is an experience that I don't think people can get now, because it's not so independent, your interaction with the book. So.
Okay,
sweet. I do love Frodo of the Nine Fingers. That's a
Frodo, where there's a whip.
I like that they invent the minstrel of Gondor as a character. They're like, it's this guy, you know.
All right. I should wrap up the stream, but thank you so much for joining me, Miles, and
good to talk with
everybody that showed up. This has been awesome. I really enjoyed this, and thank you for all the donors. And yeah, thank you so much for showing up. I'd love to do it again sometime.
Check out the podcast.
Goodbye, everybody. Check out the Plastic Please Report podcast. Me and Miles, we have great interaction. We talk about cryptids. We'll probably be recording a new episode soon.
Hillbilly Man Beast or whatever.
The hillbilly